Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition with Bayesian Reds TV, where we talk all things Manchester United, all things Liverpool. On the Manchester United side of things, battered by Newcastle 4-1, absolutely packed up by Newcastle at St. James's Park. Amorim under pressure. Is the manager good enough? Amarim in, Amarim out, started it. Amarim fixed the fuck up. Same with Ineos as well. So I'm sure the vast majority of the conversation with these two jokers will be about Manchester United, Amarim, Ineos, and the bus. And yeah, like Sunshine said, drive me off the cliff with the bus, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Like, put me in the bus. Let's just drive the shit off the cliff and start again. In regards to the Liverpool side of things, much more positive. 2-1 winners against West Ham, just 2 wins away from the league title for them. So they're absolutely loving life. So let me bring in the OGs from Bayesian Reds TV. Links in the title, by the way, Bayesian Reds TV. Click the link, literally click the link, opens up a new tab as well. But hit the like button on here. Let me not forget that. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now. Make sure you share this out across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm CETV and hit the notification bell as well. Barnes and Pops are in the building. What you man saying, man? What's going on, OGs? What's happening?
Ineos.
This guy, go on, start there because I know you man been waiting to talk about it. I've seen Barnes in the chat and in various shows. Obviously, you normally get the show on a Sunday, people, but because we did the NBA show, that's why we moved it to today. So yeah, man, we'll start there, Barnes. I don't know if you want to start with the result, Amarim, Ineos, the conversations that have been going on. Give it us from a rival perspective in regards to it.
Look, man, what he's doing is not very good. I'm gonna say it to start off. Banter aside, we know Amarim is a good coach, but he's making a hell of a lot of mistakes right now with Manchester United and his continuance of picking the same players that is just not good enough, and expecting a different result. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I see there's a fan base. Some of the fan base have turned on him already. They want him gone. The question I would have to them is, would he prefer to keep Ten Hag in this situation? But in my opinion, I think he needs to have the summer. He needs to bring in some players that fits his type of profile and get rid of some of the players that he has right now. And then give him maybe 10 games next season, see what happens in them 10 games. If this same foolishness is happening, then he should probably be sacked. But people just understand when he started at Sporting, it was mid-season, and they were horrible when he first got there. He brought in some players in the summer. The next season, they were a lot better of a team. So you gotta give him the time. A lot of these players are Ten Hag's players. They're the ones that he signed, he picked, he wanted in the squad. Hoyland, Garnacho, you name it. I mean, it's all Ten Hag. So I think you gotta give him some time. But I hear it. I hear where the somebody fan base coming from that the one's head and the one gone. But then what do you do? Who do you bring in? Do you trust the ownership group to continue to do things? That's the golden question, right? Do you trust them to get things right? Or are they going to make things even worse? That is the golden question. Hey, I know. Flawless.
That's what you asking me. Do I trust them? I wouldn't trust them to run Sarcasm City TV.
Fierce.
Here's what it is. Like I don't. I haven't from the jump. And outside of the windows, I say this, outside of the windows, because I like the players we brought in, they done nothing right. There is not as much to blame, but they have to hold criticism for the scenario we're in. As much as everything you said about Amarim was correct, they put him in this situation. So as much as Amarim is not giving the players the best possible platform to succeed, they didn't give Amarim the best possible platform to succeed, which then in turn hinders his ability to give the players the best possibility to succeed. And that stems from, like Nuruddin says it all the time, a fish rots from the head downwards. And that's what it is. You would have done what you were supposed to and been decisive in the summer. And whether you brought in Amarim or whoever, we're probably not in this situation. Even if Amarim turns out not to be good enough and he's not managing well enough, just him having a summer window to bring in a couple players is better than this.
Who did you bring in last summer?
Conversation.
I'm trying to remember. Who did you bring in
Oh,
last summer?
Delit, Maz, Agate, Xerxes. That was the 4. And then
so Hoyland was January last year, right? Hoyland was January of last year?
No. Hoyland was the last summer.
Oh, the summer before.
Yeah, he used the summer before. So that was Hoyland, Onana, Mount. I'm forgetting one. I think there's one more.
My
that was the summer before. Oh, yeah, that window was horrific. That's when I looked at Ten Hag funny, like, for real, when I seen the players we was going for. Not so much Onana, because I didn't know too much about him. Same with was more profiles. It's like they don't fit. The Mount one was alarm bells. But so the last, that's one thing they've done well. And then in January, Dorgu, I don't know why Dorgu's receiving the criticism he's receiving, but here we are. Man's not even played 10 games and people writing him off. But again, people reactionary. And then Heaven, they're the 2 players in January. So the actual windows, I don't mind their first 2 windows, but everything else has been crap. But fix it. Been saying this about it. Nah, you lot fix this. You lot should suffer. This is what happens when you lie on your CV. You wanted to manage, man. You wanted to own part of Manchester United and take over the footballing structure. Here you are. This is what comes with it. Because it was all well and good. Ratcliffe ain't saying nothing now. See, much less interviews from him. That's supreme. Wonder why.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
He don't want the smoke.
Supremely quiet. Very, very quiet as this is going on.
He don't want the smoke, Flawless. That's what it is. I mean, you gotta call a spade a spade. But you can't. But Amarim can't be protected either because he's making a hell of mistakes too. Because you keep playing similar players all the time that just should not be on the pitch. Now the question is, people says, "Oh, he dropped Onana." Now I'm gonna pose a question to people: did he really drop Onana, or did he rest Onana for the second
I'm back
leg?
again. I said, don't give him an out. He didn't drop Onana. He rested him. Because Onana, you know what I'm saying, needed a mental break. Yo, Onana, you caused that. Should have played him about mental break. You said what you said about Leon. Matic, you responded to Matic in the way you said. Yeah, like, nobody forced you to say that. You caused these issues. Now you lost the fight. You don't want to fight no more. Nah, throw him out there. You was trolling the Leon fans.
Yeah.
That's on you. You did that. Why? I have
no
idea.
For the smoke. He asked for the smoke. The smoke came and he get bun up.
Yeah. And now you want to go out. You know what? I don't want to come outside.
He can't breathe. Even if you put oxygen mask on his face, he still can't breathe. The smoke just too thick. He asked for it and he couldn't handle it.
Now he don't want to
capitulated. Because the 2 of them goals that you give up in that first game, my days, I don't know how he could call himself a goalkeeper.
Talk about it.
Because that was horrendous, Flawless. How did you get a weak shot, especially equalizing goal at the end of the game? How do you let that shot come at you and you let it, and you ricochet?
Because it's Onana, he been doing this. And that was the worst part was he was in, I ain't going to say a good run of form, that's too strong. But he hadn't made a mistake that cost us a goal in a while. It'd been a significant amount of time. He had gone a run of games where he actually hadn't cost us a goal. And then I said it. As soon as I seen them quotes what he said about Leon, oh, he's making a mistake. Said it. It was obvious. You went to Rashad McCants. Is it obvious? Yes, it was obvious. Everybody knew that. That's not even anything. You don't even have to be a genius to figure that one out. Yeah. As soon as he said what he said, he was making a mistake. And then when he went back at Matic, I was like, he's making a mistake. Whether it's the first leg, whether it's the second leg, or both. And he went one further. He didn't make a mistake. He made mistakes. He made 2 errors. Yeah. He was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this twice.
2 was.
Oh, because word to Grizz, football is a humbler. You know what I'm saying? The universe don't like ugly, man. And when it comes to goalkeeping, you ugly. when it comes to football and being a goalkeeper is ugly, you have the cheek to be talking. And what he said, talking about winning mentality. We are 13. Talking about winning mentality. We haven't won back-to-back Premier League games all season long. And you are a major reason of that. You have been one of our worst performing players. You have made countless mistakes that have cost us goals. You have made countless mistakes that haven't necessarily led to goals. and yet still you feel the need to talk. Why? But then again, his lack of self-awareness in the interview is his lack of self-awareness on the pitch, and it shows. Because they asked Delo questions, and Delo gave the generic answers that you would expect.
Yeah.
It'll be a tough game. We're going to give our all, maximum effort, all that type of stuff. Amarim said the same thing. Why are you giving these men extra ammunition? Why?
What nerve do you have to actually go at Matic, though? Seriously. I mean,
it's just
you because you won what? He's won a Carabao and an FA Cup with United, right? Onana has?
Nah, just the FA Cup.
Just the FA Cup. Was he on the team when y'all won the Carabao? Who was your goalkeeper then?
Was it not him?
It was him. Yes.
Oh, see, this is all these things I'd be trying to forget. Outside of winning the trophy, I'd be trying to forget about what's going on. So that's why, yeah, you're probably right. Let me double check.
I'm pretty sure it's him.
I think
it was the hair and all. It must have been him. I could be wrong, but I swear it was him.
Nah, it wasn't him. I was right.
It was the hair.
Yeah, it was the hair because he signed
the summer after you won the
yeah. After the Carabao, because he signed Ten Hag's second season. Because he won the Carabao Cup in his first, the second, and then he got sacked in the third, which is currently as of now.
Yeah. So you've won one FA Cup with United, and you want to chat to Matic.
He was chatting to Leon. It was just an open invitation for someone to say something. It's a layup.
But Matic is
football in terms,
Leon. Of course he's going to respond. You know what I mean?
I would have responded. They was itching to get to that. As soon as I seen them quotes, I'd be like, yeah, let me get this one. It's an open goal.
Yeah. You put the crosshairs or the target on your chest. You even put it on your back. You put it on your chest.
It's easy as day. The girl you like just sent you the you up text at 3 a.m. You know this is easy. It's easy. Seeing that and their face lit up. It's like, all right, which one of us is gonna get? Because he's making a mistake. He's 100% making a mistake. We all knew it.
Yeah.
Lack of self-awareness. And he's gonna make a mistake in this game, probably in the second leg.
The only way I see, I think I would retract my statement that he is rested in the previous game against Newcastle, is if he don't start the second leg.
He's starting.
Oh, I know he's starting. Hoyland's starting too. We
know what the team's gonna be. It'll be Onana, it'll be Maz, it'll be Maguire, it'll be Euro. Delit's injured.
Oh, he's injured. So so you're right. So it's gonna be Maguire and Euro.
Maguire, it'll be Dalot, Dogu, Casemiro, Agati,
Garnacho,
Bruno, Garnacho, Hoyland. I already know what his manager gonna do. I've seen his foolishness. I've seen his film over and over again, man. I've seen this time and time again. That'll be the team. Yeah, Warrior J. Heaven was on the bench against Newcastle. But yeah, that'll be the team. 100%. And that team stinks.
So wouldn't you do a pairing instead of Heaven and Euro? Instead of
I'd actually just put Euro as the centre back and play Heaven as the left-sided centre back with Maz right-sided centre back. That's what I'd go with. I'd play those three. I know Delit's not Delit. I know Euro hasn't played as a central centre back, but Lindelof is just terrible. I'm not trying to see Maguire, so I'd play Euro there. I think he's good enough. And with alongside Maz, with a Casemiro in front of him, I think he'll be all right. Like, you're at Manchester. It's Leon. They ain't good.
I know they're not good. They're not good. You should have been.
I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes.
I was watching the game with you.
There we go. So you know how it's rare that a game shocks me because of the lack of quality. Yeah. And I was genuinely at one point shocked by what I was seeing from sides collectively, pops cracking up. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, is this because I expected so much more from them? What I'd been told by people and what I expect from League on sides in general. You expect the place to be hostile, them to play at a quick pace and power, shifting the ball quick, even if they're not of the highest quality. They're us.
Yeah, agreed.
They're us. Like I was watching it and I was like, oh, you're literally us. You got a little bit more in the forward line because you have a Cherky and you had the Georgian winger. I can't pronounce his name. You had those two, so you had a little bit more quality. But other than that, I'm watching him, Lacazette, whoever the striker was, Their midfield was just there. It was okay. Defensively, they was okay, but it was just mediocre versus mediocre. I was told this Leon side was good, but then again, I was told the Sociedad side was good, and it was the same. And then I looked at other results in the Europa League, and I said, "Yo, this competition is atrocious."
Yeah.
Lazio lost 2-0 to Bodo Glint.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think you get past these lot this week?
I think we do. Yeah.
And then who would you have in the semis?
It'd be Rangers or Bilbao, and they drew 0-0. Bear in mind, Rangers had 10 men for like 80 minutes, and it was still 0-0. I couldn't believe that. Because I thought Bilbao, I've watched them. I thought, they just going to walk through Rangers. Didn't. And I was like, what is going on? How you don't beat Rangers with 10 men? Because we play Rangers. Yeah, they got a new man. They're not good either. Yeah. We wash Rangers, and we're washed. So I was like, what's going on in this competition? Frankfurt be waxing lyrical. We all know how bad Spurs are. How they drawing 1-1. And Monts was saying, and Mothers may disagree, that Spurs should have won.
Spurs should have won.
How bad are you to that Spurs? Yep. You playing Spurs, and you should. We all know how bad Spurs are. We watch Spurs on a regular basis. They're shocking. But I've done said this. The fact that the 4 semi-finalists could be Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Rangers, and Bodo Glint tells you all you need to know about this competition. Quartet is awful. It's a dreadful quartet. What are we talking about here? So if we were just a little bit competent, I'd be much more confident of winning it. Do I think we get past them? Yes, just because we're just less shit than they are, and it being at our place.
You know what's crazy? I can make a bold prediction right now, Flawless. I see a United Spurs final.
Bro, I said this. If that's the final, they just need to rebrand the competition. You know, like he went to UEFA Cup to Europa League. Like after the final, rename it. You got to rebrand, man. You know, like a wrestler goes away and then he comes back like with a new name and new
gimmick and everything.
Yeah. Like you got to check that can't be. You can't have 14th and 15th or 13th and 14th in the Premier League contesting a European trophy. Conference League, I hear it. This is supposed to be the second one.
Yeah.
You can't have that. And you know what the crazy part is? I think if Spurs get past Frankfurt, which I don't think they will, they'll make the final because they'll beat Bodo Glint. Bodo Glint, we played them. They're awful. Spurs will beat them. Will we get past Bilbao? Unlikely. But then again, they struggled with Rangers. And Rangers are dreadful. So we get Maino back. I know Ahmad's back training. We got 2 difference makers there. Xerxes a blow. But yeah, like, it's just bad. It's just like, end the Premier League season and get to this game on Thursday. But I know we're going to see that lineup I just mentioned. Go on, Pops. What are you saying? Go on.
No, that ain't nothing. Take your time. No, that ain't nothing.
End the season, give you lot the
time,
trophy.
my man.
Let's just end the Premier League season so I can get to these European games, man.
Take your time. Take your time.
Flawless.
We got number 20 to collect. You take your time. Take your time.
Yeah. You lot can have your guard of honors, man. Like, do your thing, trophy, guard of honors from Liverpool or Chelsea or whoever else, and then we move.
Well, it all depends on what Arsenal do next weekend.
Who they got? Ipswich. It's Ipswich, right?
I think they do have Ipswich.
Yeah, they'll beat Ipswich.
Yeah, they can.
They can beat comfortably.
Well,
it will probably be the first time I actually predict Arsenal win this whole season for our predictions. Just because my agenda that strong, I refuse to. I would rather take no points than to say they're gonna win again. I'd rather not. And that's just me.
What are you gonna say? Go on.
Nah, I want to go back to something. We were talking about Ineos, and you were talking about Amorim, right? So as much as you don't trust Ineos, how good a decision maker is Amorim? Because he joined under these circumstances, knowing what the circumstances were. For me, he should have walked away. He should have said, "Nah, I want it." As much as you said, "Take it or leave it. This is your last chance. You're never going to get a job at Old Trafford or wherever the case may be if you don't take it now."
Yeah,
I would have said no, because you could be back. Who would you have signed? Who would have taken the job instead of him? Nah, seriously.
No, you're right. You know what they would?
Because he's back.
They would have went back to 10. They would have went back to 10 Hag. That's what they would have done. Sorry, go on. My bad.
They want to sack 10 Hag.
No, sorry.
Yeah, they would have went back to 10 Hag.
He would have got himself fired. He would have got himself fired. But Amorim made a decision to join, backing himself to the degree where he's saying, "Well, look, I can deal with this situation. And he saw all of these players and said, I could get through now to these.
Yeah.
How good a decision was that?
Yeah, I don't think
his ego that big.
I think
because there's no transfer window other than January.
Yeah. I think his ego's that big, number one. And number two, I think it's various things. It's rare that I can't come up. It's rare I can't try and put together why a manager's failing. Normally, if a manager or a team is failing, I can pinpoint it and go, it's this, this, and this. Like, I don't get some of the decisions you make. That's where my issue lies. Because I keep saying this. I hear you talk, and you talk about all the issues we have, but then go and do the exact opposite. Like, even when he spoke about Maino, Warrior J put in the chat a couple weeks ago, and he said, Maino struggles in build-up. He struggles with I'm paraphrasing there, people. He struggles in build-up. He struggles with the pace of the game. He's better in the final third and closer to the opposition box.
So why ain't he playing the 10?
That's where my issue lies. Because everything he just said about Maino, I agree with. That's not my problem. So if you say that, okay, where does this player fit? You play him in the 10. It took you 2 months, 2.5 months to go, hey, you know what? Try Maino in the 10 type of thing. And when you played Maino in the 10, he actually played well. That's where my issue kind of lies, is with that. Why are you making
played him as a 9?
And then you played him as a 9 after playing him as a 10. And it's like, you figured it out. You got him as a 10. All right, cool. Try and work around that type of thing.
Yeah.
And this is where my issue lies. So in regards to it, I think even though he knew the players were bad, I think he has been caught off guard by how bad the players are. Number one. I think so. I think the players, even though we all seen the meme, my expectations were low, but holy fuck. I think that's what he thinks of the players and what's going on at Manchester United. Also, as well, I think he believed he could have got a tune out of them and was expecting some form of like base level. And I think he's been caught off guard by that. And then the things that he's tried to do, nothing's worked. So that's what I think it is. I think all of his plan A, B, C, etc., etc. I think everything he's tried, he was like, all right, if I tweak this and tweak this and tweak this, it will work. And nothing has worked type of thing. And then he's just stopped. And then he's gone back on even dropping players. I keep going back to the Manchester derby. I like that so much. Forget the game, even though we won and that was fantastic. Dropping Garnacho and Rashford, which I expected him to carry on with. Hold players accountable for poor performances. But you've gone completely the opposite way. Garnacho now in the side week in, week out playing why? Playing 90 minutes week in, week out why? Hoyland playing week in, week out why? Maguire playing too often why? Dalot playing that wing back week in, week out why? Bruno, if you're going to play him, put him in the pivot. But you know he's like, all of these things make no sense. But then when they ask you these things, you're not an idiot. So I'm like, what is it? Are you trying to show to the board how bad the players are? Is it?
Maybe that's his philosophy. Maybe that's what he's trying to do.
Is that it? Are you making sure that you get all the help possible? Like they leave no stone unturned? Is it that? Which I think is a stupid way to go about things, is it? But you're an intelligent man, so I can't think you're an idiot, but then you make foolish decisions. So I can only think you're foolish.
Maybe he's doing stupid things because the board's stupid. He's coming down to their level so they can understand.
Maybe it's not. Maybe he's like, hey, look, don't try short me. There's no 3-4 players. If there's an extra 20 million there, don't short me with this extra 20 million. Just throwing out that figure, people. Don't short me on a set player. If I say go get this such and such, don't bring me option B or C. Bring me option A. You see what's going on there. They're like, is it? But these players have done been exposed. Is it a safety net thing? Because you know you're not going to get sacked. You're not going to get sacked. But then if it's a safety net, why would you not experiment? Because when you've actually played the youngsters, they've actually done all right. When you've played Heaven, he's played well. And you played Collier, he's played decent. Cheeto had a limited time, played mass, even in the game against Newcastle. It wasn't bad. So why would you not lean to that way, especially in the Premier League when there's no risk of anything? There's no Europe, there's no relegation. You're just in this middle ground. Yeah. There's no so even if you lose, it's kind of like if he lost the experiment, and I'd be like, all right, cool. You're trying everything in your power. Why are you not figuring out who's going to be a part of your plans next season who you haven't tried? Who are these youngsters? Because some of them youngsters might be good enough. Some of them might not be not. How are you going to know if you don't play them? It took a whole heap of injuries, but Heaven is now in the squad. To the point where he plays. And if we see him, I go, All right, cool. If he played in the Lyon game, I go, all right, Evans playing. If Collier was there, if Amas was there, if Cheeto was there, I look at them players and I go, all right, cool. It's the senior players that is the problem, but I don't have an explanation. With Ten Hag, it's like, oh, you're just stupid. I get that. I can play that. I can explain that one. I understand what's going on, but with this, I don't get it. And with Ineos, it's kind of like, where do they push the button? People are talking about next year. I think they back Ten Hag, who wasn't their guy. So after spending money, what are they going to do with the guy who is theirs? Because people who think he's going to be gone sharpish, I disagree. Let's say this carries on 10 games into the season where 3 wins, 4 losses, and the draw, and the rest are draws. And we're struggling in mid-table. People are calling for his head. I don't think they're going to sack him. After just spending all this money and backing him. They're literally, let's say it's November again. You're going back in the same scenario. And then you're going to go get a manager and say, and then people go, hey, wait. So we was here last November with a manager that some people, again, shit repeats itself. Because people thought Ten Hag should have been backed in the summer. So if this continues, you're going to have a large proportion or many Manchester United fans who think Amorim should be sacked in the summer. You're not going to sack him. You're going to back him like you did with Ten Hag. So you back Ten Hag, even though we thought he should have been, some fans should have thought he should have been sacked. You're going to back Amorim, thinking some players think he should be sacked. Give him a whole heap of players. It gets worse. It's just the same. Then you get to November, international breaks galore. There's 2 or 3. You don't sack him. And then you get to November and then sack him again. It's like, right, we was here with Ten Hag in 2024. Now 2025, November, we're back here again. See how things work out. People have fought off the top of the dome. We could legit be in the exact, and then everyone looks at them. Are they gonna push the? No, they ain't gonna push the button. It's like, oh, did you thoroughly think out who you're gonna get after him now? Because now you just brought in a whole heap of players for a back 3, and then you go get a back 4 manager.
Yeah, maybe what you should have done. And to Pop's comment that Amorim, probably his ego got in the way, he shouldn't have took the job. Maybe you should have just left the whole season running with Ruud. The remainder of the season.
Now, hindsight's a beautiful thing, but that looks better because Ruud was getting a tune out of these players.
Yeah, he was.
As bad as these players was, Ruud had a plan. It was sitting with black 4, rigid, Casemiro or Agate in front of it. And it worked. He still had all them terrible attackers, and then maybe it is. And I was cool with that at that point before, because I didn't think Amorim was a possibility at that time. I remember saying, hey, give it to Ruud to the end of the season. Okay, let's see how this goes. Even though Ruud is doing terrible at Leicester, but eventually, he does have horrible players. But eventually, the eyes are going to be on the board because I think they're getting away with it scot-free, to be honest. Considering what this is, because I keep saying this: if the Glazers had done what Ineos had done, we'd slaughter them. People are just bypassing it, and people don't get that misunderstood. Amorim is doing terrible. I'm someone who backed Amorim and worried out, is he doing absolutely awful? I hear it. If people are Amorim out, I hear it. I don't argue down anybody who is Amorim out. Don't argue down anyone who does it because the results speak for themselves. The performances, the individual performances, the tactics, the decision-making all speaks for themselves. It's all dreadful. They'll be like, oh, why are you not Amorim out then? Because I trust the board less. That's why. Because they have helped and contributed to this mess. But people don't want to add in like they didn't. Because on the flip side, if Amorim came in and was doing fine and we was flying and we looked like we was going to win the Europa League and we're top 6, they getting praise. Look at what the footballing structure's done. This is what it's like having footballing structure. Wilcox and Barada, and look at the recruitment. How are we gotten better players and had good windows and gotten worse? Make that make sense. I like our windows for the first time. I actually like our recruitment in a couple of windows, and we've gone backwards on the pitch. And we were misunderstood. We was not on the road to this, but we were doing terrible with Ten Hag. So they've now backed 2 managers, and it's looking like horrendous decisions. Why is the third not going to be worse? So I'm telling you this now. They've done no due diligence on who to get after him, in my opinion. I don't think they've done any due diligence on who to get. I don't think it's even in their... It's even loose conversations they're talking about who to get after him. I'm just hoping they're talking about who we're actually going to recruit, but I don't trust these, as I've said. So,
is your recruitment staff even any good to recruit?
One thing I can say is they've done better. I'll say that much. That's the one thing with Ineos I give them credit for. I look at the 2 windows we had and I go, good players. Like, I like the lit. Euro. Agate's receiving a lot of criticism. Should he be starting week in, week out doing the role he's doing? No, but I understand what he can bring. So I don't mind him in the squad. Yes, Euro, the lit, Maz, those 3 fine. Xerxes coming to his own. The injuries is very, very unfortunate. And I hope he gets well soon. But that's a 5 I look at and go, yeah, Doggy, cool. No issues with Heaven. Super impressed with him. Cool. So I look and go, all right. You got what, 5, 6 I like? I'm like, all right, if most of them are starting, I go, cool. So go and do that again. Will they? I hope so. But then who's the manager? Is it Amorim? Like, what happens to the rest? So they're under a lot of pressure. Big up L-Bags in the chat as well. But I can just see how eventually they're going to, if this carries on, because people are going to start looking at, hey, why are you not sacking him? Because they're not going to sack him.
I ain't going to lie, Flawless. I ain't enjoying this. I enjoy seeing your Manchester United suffering. That's the truth.
It's fucking crazy.
Y'all caused me suffering to me for eons, donkey years, as we call it in the Caribbean. We had to deal and put up with y'all putting up trophies and all sort of nonsense all in my face and parading and fans carrying on. And but you know what? Long may it continue.
Football goes in cycles. Yeah, football goes in cycles. Your board needs to be held accountable. They knew you didn't have the players to play the Amorim system and still brought him in. I hate you, L-Bags. Did they think about that? Fuck no, they didn't think about that. But if they would have just made a decisive decision in the summer and brought him in, they might have been able to bring in some players who do indeed fit his system. And then maybe we're doing a little bit better. Maybe, even though Amorim should be. But this is on them.
Moisey's doing better than Amorim is.
Everyone is. You know what I'm saying? I bet if you check the table, he's below.
Moisey's don't jump Everton in front of you guys. Goal difference.
Fucking Wolves won 4 games in a row.
Yeah. That's crazy. And you haven't won 2 straight all year.
Oh, yeah. People tell me I'm asking for too much. I'm saying, just win 2 games in a row. That's it.
Where is the bar for Manchester United? There is
no bar bonds.
The bar down the bottom of the ocean. The Challenger Deep.
The bar is nowhere, man, for some people.
So the bar down in Mariana Trench in New Zealand, down the bottom, 60,000 feet down the bottom of the ocean. That's where the bar is.
Yeah, the bar somewhere with the cops and Ten Hag. That's where the bar is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you know what? It started getting lowered with him.
Yeah. This is a new version of Manchester United. I'm just not used to this. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Because from when people allowed what the Ten Hag situation happened, you allow anything.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's where it stems from. Was when I was on Ten Hag's case, he should be nice. No, it was the same thing. Or he needs his players. That's what it was.
He did get back in. For 3 years. He got back in.
3 years. He spent 400 M's. Now, if Amorim does that, it's a whole different conversation. But it's still
finish on less points than Ten Hag.
Oh yeah. Worst case scenario. Yeah. Definitely. I don't even know how many points were off that, but definitely 100%. Yeah, 100%. No, I even have to check it.
You're guaranteed 56. If you win all from now,
points
56
points.
Max.
How many did Ten Hag?
I got 58 points.
Oh, see, there you go then. So yeah, quick maths.
How many goals though, Pops? Is there what now? 39?
Minus 7.
Wow.
Flawless in overdraft, man.
We owe from last year.
Yep.
You get deep in the overdraft, my man.
Yeah, we owe
saying no more loans for you. Your loan privileges are revoked.
We owe from last year.
38 points, 38 goals.
Oh my days, a goal a game.
I'm surprised we reached that.
But yeah, you had some of your fan base saying that y'all gonna score 60 and 70 goals this season, you know.
I remember them conversations.
I heard their names written down, you know.
No, you have to write them down. The fact, it's the people that are not in the chat. It tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, they disappear like Harry Houdini.
Like when Northside said the realest shit when we worked together during the international breaker stream, and I'd asked him about certain Aston related. I was like, "You've been have people come out here and said, yo, you were right about the team." He's like, "Nah, I just get less abuse." I remember those conversations. I remember when I was arguing that people tell me when I'm wrong, but won't mention when I'm right. I remember avid debates, whether it's here on Saeed's channel about our attack. Nephew's in the chat, he'll tell you. I'm saying, telling me, I'm not a United fan and I'm just saying this to be controversial. And I'm saying this attack is going nowhere. I got eyes.
What's really killing me is that guys like yourself that has seen the glory days for United, and I'm talking about the older heads and a lot of the other fan bases, even like Lee Gunner and troops that have been around for the golden era for Arsenal Football Club. You guys have standards. When it comes to this, you're going to call out the nonsense. You're just not going to accept it. But yet the younger generation who has not been around for those golden years seems that it's okay to challenge you guys because they think that what's happening now is acceptable. But no, it's not acceptable. When you've seen your team at the peak and the top of the top, there are standards that you need to set yourselves by. And that's where you're going to set your standards for. Anything less than that is unacceptable. That's why you're going to see Flawless. You're going to see Lee Gunner. You're going to see Troops challenge their teams on the foolishness that they're doing because it's not acceptable. It's not at the level that they're used to. And they cannot accept that. They cannot. And rightfully so. And no fan base, if you're an old head, look, we got high standards. Let me just call a spade, okay? Liverpool, same with Pops and me. We got high standards. We've seen the golden era. We've seen the dark era, which I stopped watching football for a whole decade. Flawless. I was so annoyed. You might as well stop watching football for a decade.
I hear you. I'd do that now. If I didn't do this for a living, I would have done stop watching. I've stopped watching previously. Like the previous managers, like Oli, Van Gaal, Mourinho. Like there's points I stopped watching.
Yeah.
And then it was only when I started was back on radio before like going back into this. Like I was like, all right, let me lock in. Then when I got into this, I was like, all right. People like, yo, why don't you stop watching? It's kind of my job, so we move. So
yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah. Just like I have to just, this is just not even grin and bear it, just see what happens and just see the conversation that happens. And hey, NBA playoffs is here, man. That's what it is.
That's going to be exciting. I actually like the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, all right, cool. Thank fuck for that.
As H said it in the chat, right? They got more WrestleManias than goals that Manchester United scored.
Goals.
That's crazy.
Sheik was right. He called it because I said, this is before Amarim came in and just started playing 7 defensive players. Because I was like, we'd be lucky to crack 60. I was like around 60, 50. But Sheik was like, 40s. He was right. He said this from early. Well,
jeez.
But people will hold argument. Go on.
Is we still ain't spend no money. I've slot in what phase, Pops? Phase 1? Phase 1. Even phase 1, phase 0. This Klopp's team. Boy, you can get peak for your team, boy.
Really bad. They got to get it together. Not just like for obviously the rest of the season, but
teams, not only you, but many others. Because if Liverpool do what they're supposed to do this summer, all are winning a whole heap of trouble.
We know City going to go
and the Spurs. So Spurs and United combined still ain't got as much points as us. Imagine that. Spurs and United combined are a point behind Liverpool.
Yeah, because they dreadful, just like us.
I'm
loving life, Flawless. I'm loving life, man. I must say.
Me too, Pops. And
I'm glad your connection's moving a bit fuzzy, so I can't see your smile too clear, yo. This fucking guy, yo. Look at this guy, yo.
Look
at this guy.
He got a big smile. Pearlies, man. And yet, right, you got fan bases for different people talk, this is the worst Premier League ever, and this and that, and rare. Well, if it's the worst Prem, give me my number 20 and let me go on my bus and parade all in the face. When it's just envious that is Liverpool winning the league, so you're gonna chat a whole bunch of rubbish. But you want to hear was a joke is that Liverpool do what they're supposed to do for the rest of the season and win the games that they're supposed to win, and we end up with more than 90 points, hey, Arsenal's best team ever ain't even cracked to that point. So how is it the worst season ever? Jokes. These people are jokes.
Yeah, I think when people say it's the worst season ever, I think they're just talking not so much about you lot thoroughly deserve to win the league. Without question, I'd say. I think people are just talking about just the standard of the other teams being so.
They're disingenuous, Flawless. You know why? The fact of the matter is that they don't want to give credit to the mid-table teams that's actually played better this season than they ever have. The mid-table teams have stolen so many points off the top teams this season and beat them and drew them and did this and did that. Many of them, there's just not one. There's a whole slew of them that have done it this season. That doesn't mean that the league's the worst ever. It means that the mid-table teams are spending money and getting the players for their profiles and their managers. And there's actually really good managers in the Premiership with some of those teams. The Bournemouth manager is a good manager. The Fulham manager is a good manager. You have to give credit when credit's due and not be disingenuous.
I'll give you credit.
And those guys has done an extremely good job to actually do what they've done this season. That has actually had the league pretty competitive. So I think it's been the most competitive to me season in a long time because the gap, Flawless, from 3rd to 10th is not by a whole lot.
Yeah, like I think it's a mixture of things. I think the mid-table teams are better, yes. So your Bournemouths, Brightons, Fulhams, etc., etc. I think it's more so the big six sides not doing what they're supposed to do. You mentioned United and Spurs combined don't have the same amount of points as you lot. Chelsea went 1-12 and is still in a chance for top 4.
Yeah.
City went 1-13 and still in. That's where the issue. There's no way in any league you should be able to go 1-13 and still be in contention for anything of note. However, that is also on the other teams to take advantage of that. Because, you lot, like I say, you lot deserve it. Outside of you lot, Arsenal, I actually think are like genuinely like good sides have a good standard and a good quality. I look through the league and I'm sorry, I don't really rate these teams like that. Newcastle, I give a blight to. I think Newcastle are Forest to an extent, yes, but Chelsea and City and Brighton and Fulham, Villa I also do like as well.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, and even Bournemouth, they've just won today, but they went, what was it, 5-6 games
without a win.
Without a win, and I think they're 6 points off 3rd, something like that. Or something crazy like that. You go 5 games without a win and you still 6 points off 3rd. I think it's more so, like you mentioned, the mid-table teams getting better, but these are some of the worst versions of the big six sides we've seen. City ain't been this bad in a strong minute. Us and Spurs are horrendous. I think everyone being so bad, Chelsea are getting away with it. Because I don't think they're good. Yeah, go on, Pops.
What I want to see is compare, and again, it's just for kicks, because I'll tell you this, I don't care. Worst league ever, best league ever, give me my title. Because you know what? When we claim to be the best, we were second best and laughed at. So let's be the worst and be first. Give me that.
I like that.
But if you compare the teams, right? No, but if you compare teams, how many players have you lost season over season? So the quality has gone down so much. How many players have left the league that were so good that the quality has dropped? Yes, all right. So you got players who are a year older. So City, for example, Kevin De Bruyne is a year older. So he and Kyle Walker or whatever. Yeah, you know what? That's why he picked us to win. Because I could see that. They were running at a different sort. And we were hopefully going to stay fit. That's all it was for me. If we can stay fit, they're going to be 1 year older and less motivated. I figured we could beat them in a fight. And it was Arsenal just being Arsenal for me was, all right, they didn't get a striker, so they still can just be in and around, but not good enough to me to get over the line. All of the others got millions of dollars to spend. We got teams that we probably never looked at, like Nottingham Forest, that could outspend Inter Milan and Juventus and giants in Europe because of the money in the Premiership. So you think that all of the good things that you've done all of the years that the other teams haven't started to learn, all of the scopes. Look at Brighton. Brighton just made 100+ on Caicedo, money on
McAllister.
our guy McAllister. about to get 100 for Pedro and possibly 100 in our region for Baleba. People have the money and they're using it and they're investing well. What I think people don't like is probably the quality of the football as well. So you're not enjoying the game as much as you used to because it's Pep's fault that it's all system driven and all that. For me, you know whose fault it is? It's Bayern Munich's fault. Why Bayern Munich hire Vincent Kompany after he get Burnley relegated? Don't get your job? No. If he don't get that job, right? If he don't get that job, other managers in come with this idea that here's my style, you gotta live with it because if I don't succeed here, I know that I can get a job somewhere else. No, you would have found people saying, yeah, but this ain't working here. This knock at the back and all this foolishness, and we get 12 points and get relegated and get a big job. Was the incentive to change? You got Ipswich, Southampton, and Leicester trying to play like they are Man City. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you blaming Man City? What is Pep's fault? It's Pep's fault that you're copying him with none of his tools. So you don't have any of his ability and skill sets, but you're copying him, and that's his fault. No. Kick the ball up the field, get a big striker like Tony Pulis did, and try something different. No, try something different. You're knocking at the back, and every week you get a high press and winning. Nuno says, I'll take 25% possession, and I will beat you. That's all I need. 25%. You can have it. You could pass it all around me. When I get it, I can score.
Yep. And then they win again.
And I credit him for that.
Yeah.
It's not the best thing to watch, but that's up to you.
It's results, right?
I'm being paid to win, not to create entertainment value for somebody else.
Agreed.
To me, it baffles me because if the three at the bottom had anything about them, you and Spurs will be looking over your shoulder anxiously at this point in the season saying, shit. You can imagine if there was a possibility that you would get relegated. Right now on 38 points, because 40 is the number usually, right? 40 is the safety spot. But right now, let's just say you're looking at it and saying to yourself, well, I ain't just sure we can get another win for the season. Maybe.
Yeah.
We can get relegated. You're looking back and a man on 12 or 10 or whatever, season finished a long time. So there's no jeopardy left at the bottom. But you got to ask yourself how a team in Spurs has scored, I think, second, probably only to us. I don't think anybody else scored more than them. Maybe third, City. Us and City, for sure. Nobody else scored more than them. Why they 15th?
Yeah. Because they lost 17 games.
There's no rationale. There's no reason for them to be down there.
Because they lost 17 games.
Hammering, madness, team poor. But that team is not a team to lose 17 games. They don't belong in that. If you write down that team on paper, you say to yourself, that sounds like a team that could get some points. Why they down there? And Nuno on top. And Moisey came and rescued Everton.
Because they were struggling.
Moisey walked back in and said, all right, forget all this, whatever this is what we're doing. Bang. 9 unbeaten or whatever it was. 9 unbeaten.
Yeah. With them same players.
Same players.
Pragmatic Moisey that everybody says the dinosaur and old and in good and all that. He came in and said, this is the plan. This is what the plan is. Nice and simple. But now all of the young managers, the Pep disciples, as it's called them, all this, trying all this inventive foolishness. 6 set piece coaches and all sort of nonsense, pointing and gesticulating and running around and all. Got the football complicated for no reason. 11 men, one ball still.
So you see West Ham Potts that get rid of Moisey.
See West Ham?
No sitting in 17th.
Down behind Moisey.
Yeah, Potter struggled there. I'm surprised.
Moisey.
Yeah.
I am and I'm not, because he's similar to the rest too. This is my style and I gotta transform and y'all gotta learn this and all. I said to myself, all right, football ain't that hard though. It's not that hard. Why everybody gotta have all this technical system and you got all right, get the ball to the men that could play. You got Kudus on your team. All right, see that, guys. Look, see this guy here, the black guy with the hair plait. Yeah, just get him the ball. Don't knock it to the keeper and knock it 4 yards and sit. No, Get up here. Paqueta get close to him. Good. You go over there. The three of y'all go with me this game. He should do like Nuno. Nothing else. Paqueta, Boyne, and Kudos.
That's a good trio.
Everybody else kick and tackle. Tell me that you
see ball, kick ball, chase ball.
Where's the Eddie, man?
That's it. Set pieces. You got 6 giants in your team. You can score a header every now and then with Souček and then big wins at the back. You can get a header. You trying to tell me that you can't get more out of West Ham? No, you knock it here, pass it here, bring back possession stats. Nah, man.
Yep.
It has become too complicated for me, unnecessarily so, I think.
And big up to Zai for the super chat. Says big up Manchester Snow Bunny Slayer. And this guy is crazy. And that's going to follow me around forever. And you know what? So we were talking about this on the playback, actually. Yo, that shit going to follow me around in this space forever, yo. And there's people who are accountable for that. One is Savage. Love to her. She started this shit because she just pours nothing but fuel on the flames, 110%. Just pure gas over the flames every time we do the show. Me trying to provide different content for you lot, and this is what happens. Secondly, Troops, I was saying, because he was someone who has a massive following. Need that. Also, Gunner as well, who's sliding under the radar. Because I be doing that show, and Gunner will be live, and then he'll put my show live on his. So he's not telling people to come on. He'll be watching, commenting as he's live, as I'm live doing that show. And between Gunner and Troops, that's like 450k subscribers. So we're talking 500,000. So they're the people who are responsible for this. But yeah, big upside for the super chat. And that's why people are like, why do you just read it? Right? Oh, you're never beating the allegations because you got to lean into the allegations because you lot gonna believe it anyway. Bayesian Reds, you lot make sure you subscribe as well. 2 more wins, 20th coming good. Home win, we move. Manchester United lost again. Manchester United is shit. United deserved to say shut up time. Not about that. But big up for the super chat. Don't go fuck yourself at the same time. It's fucking yo. And there's hella comments as well with Warrior J's. But I get to this from Zepex who says Spurs have beaten us 3 times this season. Flawless, do you think we'll beat Spurs in the final? Yes. Because they're Spurs. You know, like I said, if United and Spurs make the Europa League final, they need to rebrand it. If we lost to Spurs in the final, we just got to rebrand as a club. Go back to being like Newton Heath FC. That's what we do. Go back, get rid of the red kit. Go back to the green and gold kit. Like, that's what we need to do. No more squad numbers. Just do 1 to 11. Like, you got to strip it back. Go back to basics. If the new Old Trafford was set up, I'd say go move there now early. That's what, even though it's not fully open, but obviously we can't. But yeah.
Change the logo and everything too. Change the logo.
Yeah, go back to the original logo, man. Whatever the original logo was for Newton Heath, I know it would have changed over the years. Go back to that as well. That's what you have to. You have to. Whatever Old Trafford's called, change that back to whatever the stadium was called previously. Like, there's no way we could lose to Spurs in a final. No.
When do you move into your new stadium?
I think they were saying, was it 5 years? They said. I didn't pay too much attention to be honest.
5 years time.
I think they. Hey, chat, let us know, please. I think they said 5 years, but don't quote me on that because I'm just like, what about now? That's where I was at when the news dropped. I'm like, all right, that's all well and good. The stadium looks great. Manchester United getting a move. I'm all for that. No problem with that. But we have to deal with the now. That's where I'm at. Like, hey, focus, don't worry about this big, nice stadium 5 years down the line. What are you doing now? Because we are losing football matches. We have been awful for gone 10 years. What are you doing to change that? Is the stadium a step in the right direction? Yes, but it's future. We need to deal with the present. And they know why they dropped that. Was it 2031? All right, so I was wrong. So 6 years. We'll see.
That's a long way.
We'll see what's what.
And Everton go into their new stadium next season.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Everton do go into that new stadium next season. And it's like, but they dealt with the now. They went and got Moyes, like we spoke about, and rescued their Premier League status because they couldn't go into that stadium in the Championship. It's killing you.
No, they definitely couldn't. Not an option. And Island Dyche would have got them to the Championship for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy because him and Dyche are similar, but yet
very similar. I agree.
He just didn't get a response. I suppose he was like tired of hearing from him. That's maybe what it is. You know what it's like. Players get tired of managers quick, and the message wasn't messaging. So yeah, you lot beat West Ham 2-1. Barnes will go to you. Thoughts on the win. Slot said, actually, I'll get to some of Slot's comments here in a second, but yeah, thoughts on the dub.
Listen, tale of two halves. First half, we were good, fully in control. Second half, came about. Missed a lot mixing substitutions that absolutely made no sense to me. And went to the 4-2-4. The midfield part like the Red Sea. We get opened up. Kudus was on smoke in the second half. Virgil, Chung Lee kicked Robbo. I think Robbo head was spinning. Then Robbo tell you to left the ball. Virgil kicked the ball off for Robbo, give them a goal. Then the captain had to come and score a header for we to win 2-1. Listen, I have not seen a full good game for Liverpool in a long time, but you know what? I can take the 3 points and keep moving because I ain't complaining. I mean, I could complain, but we did that last night on the reaction show. Look, 2 more wins and we get this trophy and then we retool and go again. Here, at least more resign. I remember, Flawless, I said to you, the 2 of them I think is going to resign is more on Verge. And Trent is one are gone. Verge on the verge now of signing his deal, which will be the 2 that locked down. And then Trent probably going, but Trent got to ask himself a question. Do you really want to go to Madrid or you want to stay here and continue with the fellas? We'll have to see. Yes. But we got the win. It's 3 points flawless. West Ham is not a very good team. Kudus is a good player. Too bad he's on that team, to be honest with you. It was good to see Ali back. Made some brilliant saves. Some fantastic saves. A couple of them that he should not have saved, although they were offside, but he shouldn't have saved them. But it's Alisson, right? When you got the best keeper in the world, you can't expect that. It's amazing what happens when you got a really, really good goalkeeper, how it changes the dynamics of your team and your defensive permanence of your squad. Ali's that good. Big up Ninja Star, man. Big up from St. James, Barbados. First time hearing so much Beijing like within the football YouTube community. Well, Ninja Star, man, head to Beijing Reds TV and hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and you will hear the Beijing many, many times.
Yeah, you will. I hope for your sake as well, Ninja Star, man, you're a Liverpool fan or someone who's not, but make sure you go subscribe over there regardless. Make sure you subscribe there regardless. And I do love comments like this because we get this comment a lot, so it's good. We try and be diverse over here. You know what I'm saying? Take that.
So the last game of the season, you have an open invitation, Flawless, that you could join our channel. We're gonna be having a little celebration. You can surely come in and
I'll come in. I'm a man of honor. I'll come in and congratulate you lot. I'll
come a party with the boys, have a drink.
No. I ain't partying. I'll come and say hello, congratulate you lot, and then I'm out. That's what I will. I'll come, congratulations, you lot deserve it, all that type of stuff, and then keep it stepping.
Yeah, you have a drink with us? No, a drink? No.
Drown my sorrows, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I might do that. But I'm not trying to get myself banned or your channel banned if I'm there drinking on a Liverpool stream, after you lot have won the Premier League. 100%. But big up Ninja Star, man, as well, man. You get the show on here as well every Sunday, 12:30 a.m. UK time as well. Check out the playlist. There's a playlist for the show on the channel as well, so you can check them all out. Beijing Reds TV, the link's in the title. That's not just for you, Star, man. That's for everyone else as well. Pops, what are you saying in regards to the win?
It's winning time, man. This isn't performance time, and that's the problem. Too many people want performance because they're upset with the comments from the rivals and they're listening to this is the worst league. Forget all that. 3 points. At halftime, it was 1-0. I said to Crab, the bus is running. Crab, you ready to go home? Crab said, no. I said, I'm ready. 1-0, 3 points, clean sheet. Let's go. That's it. I was good. Then we messed it up and then we fixed it.
Yeah.
So much like you would be able to appreciate this. It was limbs in the away end. It would have been limbs when Van Dijk scored. So for a man in the ground, it's a different feeling to us watching on TV for sure.
Oh yeah, facts. Yo, that's as bad as the season's been. That City game will live in my memory forever. Forever.
Exactly.
Forever. As you lot seeing from the video, as you lot seeing me on that night. And so I lost my voice.
Yeah, you did.
My voice was gone for like 3-4 days after that. It's just severe limbs. That shit was great. It's against them lot as well, which made it even more beautiful. That's what it was. It was great. It was fantastic. It was.
And you can't replicate live sports. You can't replicate the feeling of being in a stadium, arena, wherever it is, a field, whatever it is. You can't replicate that from the soul.
Yeah, you can.
As you said, as a memory that can live long. So for the fans that were there, that were on high, and then went down low for the own goal, and then went back up to a massive high after Virgil scored, they're gonna have a better appreciation, a better feeling than we do watching it on the big screen. But it's 3 points, and that's all I'm in for now. Give me 6 more, 2 more wins, and let me get the guard of honors lined up.
Yeah, starting with Chelsea.
I actually want to finish the season on a. I want to finish the season on a high. I want to win out. Let me get the most points I can get. It's the worst league ever. How many points I got? Let me see. We got 6 more games, right?
We got 76.
I could finish on 92 points then.
Yeah.
That's it. 3618.
Yeah.
94.
92.
6. 94 points.
94 points.
94, innit? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 94 points. Give me 94 points, Wallace, and tell me how poor the league is. Give me 94 points and tell me the league poor. No problem, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Thank you very much. Give me
Pops, listen, they could give me 91 and it still beat every side outside the city in history.
But that's the beauty of it.
And Chavs, when Chavs got 95 in our ridiculous season. Yeah. But yeah, it's the worst.
Invincible's got 90 points.
Yeah.
90 points.
91 beats them all day, every day.
Like I said, I've seen my team win a league winning 3 away games. Trust me, I don't care about all that. Let's go win.
Yeah, man.
I've seen some terrible Manchester United sides. When I say terrible in regards to like title winning sides win the league. I don't care. Same way I've seen us now. We've been Ponzi scheme. I've seen the time. Yeah. We've scammed. We've won 2 trophies in 2 years. How? We're like, oh, you celebrate them? Yes.
PSFC.
Yeah, Ponzi scheme FC, because certain teams who have been here 5 years, 800 million deep with no trophy to show for it. So
facts.
That could happen in a heartbeat, in an absolute heartbeat. Speaking of that, Barnes, you mentioned it earlier, so Pops will go to you. Van Dijk, Salah. Obviously, Salah signed, looking like Van Dijk's going to sign. Got to be pleased for that going into the summer as well, that it's now all wrapped up with Trent, even though he's leaving, and Salah and Van Dijk.
Well, we spoke about it. Everybody was losing their mind because it wasn't November. It wasn't everybody had a date set on the calendar. Me, I said, look, you can sign an extension anytime. Mm-hmm. There's no window for you to re-sign someone that's already yours. You got to figure out when that is and how it's going to be. Both of these players playing at a level that says to me, I want to be here.
Yeah.
And as I said, for me, it was this. That's my skipper. That's my skipper. He can't walk out if you want to rebuild the side. You can't have the best, arguably, centre-back in world football leaving your club for nothing, and then you expect to attract players to come in. Signing him and signing Salah will be key to, for me anyhow, attracting players of a certain level.
Yeah.
And creating the stability at the club that allows the new coach to say, all right, you know what, I can swap and switch a few pieces, implement a slightly different strategy, and hopefully go again next season. Because everybody's talking about the drop-off. First, it was, all right, yeah, Klopp will leave and you finished. Then it was, all right, yeah, Salah and Van Dijk, we can get rid of 2 of these and you can be finished again. No problem. The Klopp thing didn't happen. And hopefully this didn't happen. And I'm keeping the same energy for Trent. Until I see Trent holding a white shirt, Trent is still a red man for me.
Yeah, of course.
I said I wanted all 3 to resign. I got 1 in the bag, 1 coming and 1 I ain't so sure about. But if Arsenal knock out Real Madrid, maybe Trent said, you know what I'm saying? I ain't so sure he won't go there anymore. Yeah. Things looking a little dodgy.
And if Van Dijk one pops, solidified it for me. I saw a video with a Liverpool supporter that was in the cop in the accessible section right behind the goal. The ball that came out of bounds, he grabbed it and threw it to the corner flag. And as the ball that McAllister kicked in and Virgil scored immediately, right? I saw the video of Virgil was on the sideline looking at the cop and he pounded his chest and he kissed the badge. I was like, yeah, he's signed already. They're just gonna make it official. He's staying. Facts don't pop off a fact. So we got 2 down. Trent is up in the air.
He said he wanted.
He's up.
He said he wanted to. So get it done.
Yeah.
Forget all of the age limits and again structures. Yeah, all right, cool. Structures is fine. I get that. But sometimes they got exceptions to the rule, and you put yourself in a very bad position with a man who you should have had tied down already anyhow, because he's the captain of the team. Roy Keane's contract wouldn't have gone like that until things turned sour. Let's be honest. It's only because things went a different direction that happened. Brian Robson was tied down. Patrick Vieira would have been tied down. Our captains would have been tied down in the past. Alan Hansen was tied down. Big players, signing them to extensions is a big statement for the club. And to me, your captain is the leader. That's a big statement to say, yeah, he can be back next season. I expect Kanate to do an extension now because now he knows that Big Verge is going to be next door. Bang. Yeah, willing to stay. Give me a piece more money. Bump out the money, let me roll again. From here on, then is, like I say here for the party, we can deal with the summer. Everybody done sell players and buying new players and all that. Let me get 6 more points and let me enjoy number 20 from then till the end of the season. Every game week, you all see us smiling, knowing that we are number 20 in the hand. 20 times. The song will change all of a sudden, you know. Flawless, waiting for a remix. Because your 20 and my 20 are too different. But I see you sing 20, you don't sing 13. Your song is
we
not
don't sing 20. I think we'll still sing it regardless. You know what I'm saying? Same way we sing with the pride of all Europe. Go on.
I've seen the comments, you know, 2 in whatever period of time and all that. And I ain't saying no worries.
People go hate. People go find it.
I got some content. Nobody got some content for the haters. Don't worry. In the summer edition, when I hold in number 20, got some content for the haters. Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
Pops unleash that content, man. People gonna run into walls. Like telling you,
there. We
Pops
will be
there,
as they say,
people,
man.
Pops got the receipt for the people, man. But yeah, listen, Virgil van Dijk is key for us. He is key for us. You could not let him walk. And to LFC size question there, I would like to see us bring in 4, maybe 5 in the summer. I don't know if we can do that much.
He says, Barnes Pops, we never had a manager and player come outside and say we will have a big summer. Van Dijk Slot said we will have a big summer. Do you think this will be FSG's biggest transfer window in the last 4 years? Damn, is that what both Slot and Van Dijk said? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, Slot did say that we can have a big summer. So the pressure on FSG, on Edwards, on Richard Hughes. So let me see if they come through. I know they've already do a lot of the homework already with Kirkes, and they did a lot of stuff with Hoyson, which is the Bournemouth centre back. They've spoken to his representatives already, and let me see what else we'll do. But listen, I would like to see 4 or 5 players come in, to be honest. And then there's players I want to see gone too, on which we can gain some money.
So what would you, we'll go to you, Barnes. What do you classify as a big summer? How many signings is it? Or is it a caliber of player?
The quality of player, but I'd say 4 to 5 would be nice to me, but 3 real good quality players. Like solid quality players that just boost up your overall squad depth, I think would be key. Well, we gotta get a left back for sure. If Trent throws a monkey wrench in the whole thing and everybody's plans and says I resign with Liverpool at the day that we get number 20 and he raise the trophy and he drop a bomb on Mike drop Gordy and says I resign him for 5 more years and this was the plan all along, and then we got the right back settled, we go and bring in Kirkes at left back, we got Verge, we got Kanate, and then we just start retooling. Football going in a meltdown, Flawless. I'm telling you right now, because some of the players. We know Michael Edwards' talent ID for bringing in players. Nobody thought about Bobby Firmino when Liverpool went and got him from in Germany. Nobody thought about Bobby Firmino. Bobby Firmino came in as probably one of the best false nines we've seen in the Premiership in a very, very long time, to be fair. Yeah, people listen to Sadio Mane, right? Sadio Mane of Southampton brought him. Mohamed Salah, people thought, watch, he was over in Italy. Klopp wanted Julian Branch. Edwards is like, this is your guy. This is your guy. Get Salah. Brought him in. Did well. So Edwards does have talent ID. He sure does. So you got to give him credit. He knows when to pick up some players. And he's a real shrewd businessman. He can sell some people for a whole lot of money. People want Kelleher. You got to drop big money before he let him go. Because he's still under contract. Because Marmadashvili, we don't know if he's going to come because he doesn't want to be second. He is willing to stay on loan for another season.
First, what are you saying, Pops? What do you classify as a big summer?
I tell you, here for the party, man. I ain't dealing with summer. Give me 20. Give me the bus parade. Let me enjoy this. I ain't in a rush to get. You see, this but finish the season. What's the song? Take your time.
Hey, that's true. You know what I'm saying? I ain't involved. I ain't involved.
No, it was your song. Look, one at a time.
No. That was for Manchester United. One game at a time. That was specific to us and me.
So I'm borrowing. I'm borrowing from you and Truth.
Oh, you borrowing?
I'm taking my time. One game at a time. Yay.
One game at a time.
Because big summer could mean big money. It could mean a lot of players, or it could just mean big on one player. So somebody saying, I might say, that means we can buy Isak for 150 million.
I don't see that
of the money or whatever.
Yeah. I don't see the Isak one for sure. Not 150.
But run me number 20. Run me number
my mind would be blown.
We can deal with that afterward.
My mind would be blown if I see FSG drop 150 million on Alexander Isak. It would blow my mind because I would not. It's not something I expect them to do ever. Did that criminal?
I don't see him leaving, to be honest, because I think Newcastle will qualify for Champions League.
If Newcastle get Champions League, I agree with you. I don't see. There's no point for him leaving. He played in Champions League, so why leave?
You get to Liverpool, Salah, reigning champs.
He would have to ask for that then.
Yeah,
I think he got 2 or 3 years still left on a contract, so he would go opt out and say, "Well, look, Liverpool interested. I really want to go and join them because they're the defending champs, and I figured that they got a better chance of winning Champions League than you." That doesn't mean you have to sell him, though. That's the one thing I keep saying. When people talk, sell Salah to Saudi Arabia, I say, well, that only works if everybody can agree. Because you want something and I got the contract, that don't mean it can happen. Same for a player. You want to sell a player and you don't want to leave. Well, he ain't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I ain't leaving. So you're not obligated to sell somebody unless there's a clause. If there's no release clause, a man could come and knock and say, I don't want to play anymore. You could say, well, that's your business. You're not leaving. And they got enough money that I can say, you know what? I can freeze you out then. I can make you look bad then. Don't play. Don't sit down in the reserves or whatever. And I don't see that happening. So I know. Summer will take care of summer.
This guy. Speaking of that, is there things you want Slot to improve next season, Pops?
Yeah. Well, physicality as a team. Physicality as a team in general.
You've mentioned this on numerous occasions now.
Yeah.
I remember in particular Plymouth, you mentioned this.
Being bullied, man. You got Gakpo's a big man and fall down too easy, too late. Outside of Virgil and Ibu, you look around the team. Gravenberch is a biggish fella, but again, he's not physically imposing.
Yeah, that man is slight, man. They built like me. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
McAllister, as much as he's a terrier pit bull, he's not physically. So we got bullied against Everton. We got bullied against Newcastle. And I mean, Newcastle got this sort of midfield that will do that to you. Because when you look at
that is the bully.
Quality, but it's also got that brute force inside it. We're lacking some of that. I figure we need to get something like that. So one player that comes in probably needs to be that man in the middle and say, you know what? I got to put my foot down in here and make a little noise and keep certain men quiet. If Endo was a bigger player, I would say, all right, that's the man. The Gumshield Gorgon is my guy, but too small, man. He got the right spirit, but he ain't got the physicality.
Yeah, like this weekend, flawless. The man come in. Endo came in the game, right? Literally a minute. Crunch him, man. Crunch him. I was like, you see this man? He bad, you know. He is I got to hear a jump passport.
Seconds into he came on and we called it. I say, yeah, go ahead and kick somebody. And the man literally came on and kicked somebody. I said, that's what we're talking about, man. You put a marker down in the middle of the pitch, man.
We like violence. This is why we was calling.
And this is why
me and Potts was calling for the man to play against Everton and stuff. Like them is the sort of games, rugged games that you got to play him in. You want a finesse, you want a holding six that is not afraid to crunch somebody if he has to and take a yellow card. No issues. That's one thing I used to love about Flacco. Flacco was such a wicked holding six. But if Flacco has to give you a tackle and crunch you, you are getting crunched. No ifs, buts, or ands about it. You are going to feel it. We don't have that now. Gravenberch is silky with it. He's not a tackler, a tackling six, which says to me that I still have a feeling that Mr. Lott truly want that holding six if he intends to continuously play this 4-2-4 and move Grav back into the 8 spot, to be honest. Because Grav just don't do the tackling part. And I think he was just a stopgap for this season. I could be wrong, but I figure he is better in the 8. He did play phenomenally well for us in 6 this season, though.
First. Well, same to you, Barnes. Anything else you want to see him improve, or Pops, if there's anything further outside of the physicality you want Slot to improve next season?
Yeah, I want to see some more. I want to see set pieces improve, my man. For the amount of corners that we've had this season. Oh yeah, flawless.
You want one? You
need a set piece guy, man.
At this point, we're in the league. I will go to Arsenal and raid them set piece coach, my man. I mean, listen, come over.
No.
You're not with it. Why are you not with it? Yeah, why are you not with it, Barnes, man? I mean, Pops, what's going on, man? Talk to us. What's up?
Because he's Arsenal.
What's up, man? Talk to us. Why are you not with it?
Nah, Aston Villa got one too. Aston Villa got one with some long hair, like he's a punk rocker or something, like a man from the 70s, and he's come forward and point and gesticulate. And I got myself with him. Look, football again is still a simple sport. Flawless does not like to head the ball. He will never be in the box.
Facts.
So he's the last man. So he sends forward his center back, and he stands on the center spot and says, "I'll defend if the ball breaks."
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Yes.
I am the wide player. I'm left-footed. I'm going to swing it in, and I'm going to put it on his head, and he's going to score. I don't need a man to say, all right, 6 of y'all line up behind him, and I can put it exactly where I want to put it. You just be there to meet it. So you tell me you want it near, I put it near. You want it far, I put it far. You want it penalty spot, I put it in penalty spot. It's not that hard. All this 4 men lining up together, whispering in one other ear. Then the referee pointing, I'm watching you, I'm looking at you. Stop it. Come here. Go back. Stop it. Stop. I cannot stand I saw you lose it because the referee stopped one. Somebody pushed somebody. Pushed
it was yellow card. Yeah, yellow card. I can't believe that, yo. It was outrageous, yo. It was like
pantomime. It's pantomime. See that? You need to figure out something to do with that. It's sickening to me. You see a man grab a man by the throat. You see this, but that's not marking. The ball up here, he looking this way. Got the man. Nothing. No call. But the referee, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Come here. Stop that. Cut it out. Go back. And he went back in the same position. Nothing's changed. It's the exact stupidness. You know why you're laughing? Because it's true.
Yeah, it's right.
You're so right, though. You're so right.
He's legitimately wrestling in the box, yo. Wrestling, yo, holding it to my shirt.
Yeah, every
big fellas has come up. You said yourself, this is defending? This is defending.
Yeah.
Whispering in one other ear. Yeah, you shut the block. I can run here. Somebody can look back around, grab the keeper. You said yourself, but all that's fouls. All these set piece things are fouls because you're blocking, which is obstruction, which you're happy to call if it's a free kick in a certain position and this man blocked this one. But in the court, no. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Flawless. I'm watching you, Barnes. Cut it out. Pointing. Stop. Wait. Come here. Had enough. had enough. I had the set piece man at the heel. Sit down and shut up. You train all week. Why you gotta get up and point? You train Monday through to the weekend for your Sunday game. The men know what to do. You don't have to come to the start pointing, and then when you score worse yet, you running again a high five. Oh my days, man. Nah.
5 goals.
Not for me.
Flawless.
For
Liverpool
me,
scored from corners this season.
Yeah, you should be doing better than that. Considering you got Kanate and Van Dijk.
With the amount of corners we get per game, that is horrible. And that should be a big improvement, because let's say we score 15 more goals, Flawless, from corners. My man, we could be a centurion this season.
Just 5. You don't need 50 more. Just 5 more. Just 5 more. We've lost 2 games, so just 5 more. And how many draws? So you could decide. You could keep the same 2 losses and add one goal to each one of them draws, and you've got from 4 points, you've got 12 points in a hurry. Yeah,
we could be hitting 100 points just by that. It's that along with what Pop said. For me, it should be first priority for next season. I would like to see the improvement with a more rugged team. I'm tired of this good nicey image. I want to be nasty,
great
Frenchmen, be physical. Just impose your physicality. Yeah, we got 7 draws, which was always our Achilles heel. Is a lot of draws typically per season, and this season we haven't had that. We haven't had a whole ton of draws, which is what's helping us, because Arsenal's got 12 draws. That's what typically Liverpool is doing. From the draws, is the draws that killing that. It's making we lost many leagues by doing that foolishness, drawing too much. That was our problem.
12 draws is crazy, though.
Yeah, and I want to see Chiesa play for the next few games.
4 points.
Andy mentioned it here. Says it's slot too stubborn to sub on Chiesa when Diaz is tired and not pressing. I don't know if you man agree Diaz is not tired.
It wasn't Diaz, it was Jota. Because Jota, to me, shouldn't be. His press is like non-existent. He tries to press and the man just step past him, and then he just trying to catch it, trying to hold him man and pull him back. And I'm like, what are you even doing? Like, just your legs is just not even there to keep up with your man. And now we behind the 8 ball and they're gonna counter us. It was Jota, Andy. It wasn't Diaz that that should have come off, because his pressing was terrible. Lucho was the best player in the pitch yesterday. Again, 2 straight games. Lucho was the best one. For me.
Saying in regards to this, Pops.
I figured something can come out, because the Chiesa story don't make sense.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, he wanted 1 player, and that was Zubomendi. Didn't get him. Chiesa was the man that came through the door. And for me, I was happy because I wanted 6. I wanted 6 forwards. Sorry, give me 6 forwards, 2 per position. That means, because I looking to extend Salah's career now. I'm looking at career, because I always had him for the contract extension. So now I'm looking at miles on the legs. Let me get a man in that I can say, you know what? Yeah, we're going to Southampton, join this man in. Salah, you ain't gonna get you run the last 20 minutes, like keeping you fresh for midweek in the Champions League or whatever the case may be. Chiesa came in, he wasn't fit, he wasn't this, he wasn't that. It was a story. Then he played a couple minutes in the league, and he played full match against Plymouth when we got knocked out the cup. And Mr. Locke came out and said, yeah, you're not going to see a lot of these players after this loss. And I said, well, to me, he's talking about you. And we saw him on the bench consistently, but no minutes. And then it was break glass solution. They threw him on in the cup final. He and Harvey Elliott, and the 12 combined and score, and everybody was up in arms saying, well, look how the main scored. I said, but the problem with Isaiah is not a good example, because you're not structured now. This isn't how you start a match. So sending on a man like that's like putting Harry Maguire as the emergency striker, and he scores a header, and all of a sudden you're saying, look, man, we can put Maguire as in 9. No, I mean that's like football. No, that you know what I mean? That's what you do. You send for the centre back and hope saying it happen and bang, he scores. But that doesn't mean next week he's your number 9. So and that's not for me to knock Chiesa, but just how people react to this. Oh man, look how good Chiesa was in that little cameo. Yeah, but it was literally a cameo when one team was attacking and the other one was just saying, all right, let's dig in and hold on for these next 3 minutes because we got the cup if we can do that. That's not how you start at 0-0-0 on the clock. Everybody fresh and ready. So I can't say what I haven't seen, and I haven't seen him run enough to say, well, he has legs or he doesn't have legs, he's fit or he's not fit. I don't know. But it got to be a story for me because he's been on the bench consistently for a stretch and not getting a run. Why? I don't know. But everybody is wanting, well, Mr. Locke doesn't like him and he doesn't like him and he doesn't trust him. And I said, well, he came out and said something about a 14-man squad, which really, really irked me because 14 men can't do 60 matches, and that's what you're looking to do every season. I want 60. That means I deep in every competition. 14 men,
that's not gonna cut it.
Probably win you a league campaign, but that means you do nothing else. You do nothing else. You out the cup early, you out to Europe early, and you want 1 a week. I can't see you doing that and still want 60 matches in the season. That's not gonna work. Yeah,
agreed. I agree.
No, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And you go on, Bob.
The small squad, it doesn't work. Not for the amount of games that we anticipate, and we want our teams to be playing in a season with all the competitions. 14 is not enough. You need at least 18, 19, at least. Maybe get away with 17, maybe.
Yeah, I think you need at least like a 20-man squad. If you're trying to go deep in all competitions, you need like a 20-man squad. Let's be real. To me,
you need all of them in because you need your extra keeper because you can play him in the cups. You need him, and then you're just looking at minutes. Plus, you want quality to ensure. In the event one of these men get injured, I could play you in the Champions League quarterfinals because you had minutes under your belt, and it isn't me just throwing you in at the deep end or begging somebody to come back early from injury or something like that. But
exactly.
The other thing is the Premiership, as poor as the quality is supposed to be and all that, the team that last could beat you on any given day. Well, not Southampton, but generally speaking, Luton, for example. Southampton is one of the worst teams that came up.
Yeah, Southampton.
All of us on screen right now, and going straight back down. Right? We all had them to go straight back down, right?
All three of them,
Southampton. No, but Southampton for sure. In out, as what you said. Not a chance. Ipswich was one of them. You see yourself, can they stay? They might not have enough. But Southampton, you knew they were just never going to do it.
Yeah.
But Ipswich and Leicester, they could nick a point off you. They could take a point off you, or they could beat you on an off day.
No,
so in the league, you don't have a lot of leeway to say, we got to play these men this week. This, like, with all due respect to some of the other leagues, you see Bayern Munich beat some teams 5 and 6-0 on the weekend. Barcelona and Madrid beat somebody 6 or 7 or whatever the case may be. And you say to yourself, all right, as good as the quality in the league is sort of like from the middle up, a lower level team don't seem to put up a fight to me. This season, City, for example, you had lower teams running at City like they've never seen it before. It felt like City used to win in the tunnel, like how you used to win in the tunnel, like how Arsenal used to win in the tunnel. This season, it wasn't that anymore. The men came on the pitch and say, all right, you know what? Yeah, these men looking a little shaky. Let me try something here. So for the first time in a long time, City actually got pressed by teams that they weren't accustomed to getting pressed by.
Yeah.
It looked different. So there was no foot off the pedal in the Premiership.
Yeah. In the Championship, you got Leeds and Burnley that look like they're going to be the ones that coming up next season. And then the dogfight is going to be between Sheffield, Sunderland, Bristol, and Coventry so far.
Yeah, man, I don't need Leeds getting
Coventry is Fat Frank.
Yeah, he's doing well there. They're doing well there since he's gone there, actually. I know recently because Fat keeps up to date with him. I know they were struggling. Yeah, they drew 1-1. I just see there. Shit, Leeds are top. Fuck. Oh, they probably
Yeah, Leeds and
Leeds are
Burnley got
top.
the
Yeah,
same
Leeds are
amount
top.
of
Yeah.
points. Yeah, they got 88.
Jesus Christ. I can't say the habit. Yo,
Imagine Leeds finish above you next season.
Easy for
You want to see a crash out? Leeds finish above by United. That's a crash out, boy. Let's see.
You know.
No words. No
Just
words.
the thought of it.
that would annoy Flawless. Leeds finish above United.
Yeah, just Leeds being back now. I need them relegated. I need them just in the championship. That's why I need them still. What Leeds? I need them losing in the playoffs again. That's what happened last year. We won the FA Cup the same weekend they lost the final of the playoff. Oh, it was beautiful. I remember if it's the day before or the day after. That was great. I need that again. That was like the AFCON. What was it? Was it the AFCON and the Asian Cup? Back to back?
Yeah.
Because Nigeria lost. Yeah. So I got to see Prime's tears. And then Jordan lost the day after and Hassan was miserable. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that weekend was great. You don't remember that. You know what I'm saying? That shit was great. I need that, man. Run me back that. You lot continue to run up the likes though. And if it goes up to 40 likes, hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you subscribe to Beige and Reds TV. We are going to close out in the next few as well. And even though it's United Liverpool show Barbados edition, let's talk about it. We was talking about it literally before. Arsenal, Real Madrid. Well, it's Real Madrid versus Arsenal. Arsenal 3-0 up. Barnes, what are you saying? Any chance, in your opinion, that Arsenal don't go through? Hearing all the talk of them closing the roof, and then someone responded and was like, rice cooks better with a lid on it and did it there and all this. Where do you stand?
Rice does cook better with a lid on it because you got to steam it, so it's come out more fluffy.
Yeah.
But, hey, listen, Arsenal in the driver's seat, they should go through. Here's the key. First 15 minutes is going to be very, 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 very important. If Madrid score early and they get into the half 2-0 up, Arsenal can be in for a very, very, very long day. But we know Madrid can get a lot of favorable calls. We know some dodginess can happen because it always happens for them. We know. Arsenal should go through. I expect them to go through, Flawless. As shameful as I am, and as much as I can't stand our fan base, I have to be real. You with a 3-0 lead going in the second leg, you should be going through these semifinals. There's no reason for you not to make the semifinals. But if you allow Madrid to beat you and knock you out, all I can tell you, Arsenal fans, if you think I was shameless then, wait to see how shameless I can get. That's all they say. But they should go through. I anticipate it's going to be Arsenal PSG semi-final down in that bucket, and then Barcelona and
Inter Milan.
I think Inter Milan is going to be the next semis.
Mm-hmm. Pubs, what are you saying? Any chance Arsenal don't go through? In your opinion?
I ain't seeing it. Nah. If by chance something weird were to happen, they should just leave Arteta in Spain and just leave in it. Just thanks. Just right here. Just right here. Leave him and fly back home. Start again. Nah, leave him right there. Serious. That would be it for me. Because it looks, and this isn't true, but this is sort of like a facade that I figure is being built now. Yeah, we sort of sacrifice the league because we've seen that, we got the bigger trophy in our sights. So here you can win that because we're going to win this. No problem. If that's the story you want to write, you got to go and live the story now, though. But for me, if Liverpool were walking in to the Bernabeu up 3-0, I book my ticket to the next match. Yeah. And they have a better defense than we do. They argue that they had the best defense in Europe at some point. They have a better defense. Their team is, to me, more physically imposing than ours. So you got Partey and Rice, two big fellas in the middle part, in front of your two big center backs. Yeah. You have the athleticism to push Real Madrid to go in the other direction, and they got a lot of players on Real Madrid that don't want to go in the other direction. So to me, it's not necessarily a walk in the park where it's going to be easy, blah, blah, blah. Because that's football at this level ain't supposed to be easy. You got to manage your nerves. As I said in the background, who wearing boxers or who wearing Pampers? You got to look at the men to see, are you a man in your boxer or are you a child in your pamper? Can you hold your nerve? If you can hold your nerve, you're in the semifinals. If you can't,
you can put
the internet is going to blow up. No, the internet is going to blow up because if people get what they want, and a lot of people would love a 3-3, extra time, penalties, and then crash out. You see Flawless laughing? Because he knows if that happens, that entire fan base got to go into hiding.
Facts.
I think they
for
would.
Me, they're in the semifinals. They should be in the semifinals. 3-0.
I think so.
You've done the job at home. 2-0, I would say to you, all right, boy, that's a sticky one. 2-0's a funny lead. What do you do, stick or twist? Do you go and get the third one and then feel comfortable, or do you try to hang on for 2? 3 to me gives you enough. I don't see them conceding 3 times. That's me. I could be wrong. We'll see in 90 minutes in another day or 2.
But yeah, Wednesday's the game, right?
Yes, Wednesday. Yeah.
To me, they should be in. Yeah, they should be in.
Yeah.
I hear that too.
This
That's
Arteta's
job
on the line too. Arteta's job on the line for this one. You lose this here, to me, you should just walk. You lose this. No, stay. Just stay in Spain. Yeah, I can get my things shipped. Yeah, I can tell your wife to bring over the things when they're ready. Just leave me right here. Yeah. I ain't coming back. No, let's be honest. What does he come back and say? Was he press conference?
Yeah. Come back and you go Anfield and give them give us a guard of honor.
The referee, that's all you could talk. The only thing you could tell me after that is that the referee, the linesman, UEFA, everything was against us. The bus was flat. You know, we had to walk from the hotel. The changing room was locked. We had to change on the pitch.
You know we can say, Pops. You know we can say the ball didn't fly. The ball didn't fly as normal, like normal.
Them in, man. Nah, they're in, man. So for all of the haters, don't watch. I feel they're in for me. They're in.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have
but
to.
But all those optimistic and hoping for 4-1 or something, 4-1 and penalties or whatever the story is. Well, if that happened, I'm telling you, it's shutdown time. Full shutdown. See how Flawless look. See how Flawless sat up just now.
Because just the
mere thought.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. The mere thought of them like messing this up brings me absolutely nothing but just joy. Like just the thought of it. Personally, do I think it happens? I'm in agreement with you two. I don't think it happens. However, if there is one team who can do it in one stadium, it is Real Madrid. But I think Arsenal are too good defensively, and I think they'll also score as well. But I can't see it. I keep saying this. Exactly. I can't see a dodgy penalty for Real Madrid or red card. Or something. I can see a decision going and everyone goes, that is absolutely VAR. What am I talking? How can I forget that? VAR. So it goes one way, some Buki handball inside the first 5 minutes. Crossed into the box. Never handball. Hits hits Saliba on the shoulder. Hits him right there on the shoulder.
Big up Saeed.
Big up Saeed. Big up Saeed. Love for the raid Saeed. I get to that as well. It hits him on the shoulder and it goes to VAR. Referee goes to the side of the screen and takes like 10 minutes to make the decision. We know it's obvious. We all know it's not handball. He takes 10 minutes and then he points to the spot. And then it's like, why is there so much added on? I'm telling you, people. You wait for one El Clasico final.
I am telling yes, that is the objective. And I can tell you right now, Flawless, if Arsenal wins the right, we gotta do a stream together. We have to.
Oh yeah, of course.
It'll be fun.
Of course.
That would be jokes.
Because I got the United Arsenal the ones after, so I do the United Arsenal show and then I just do a show like Q&A and just bring everyone.
Nah. You know what you do? You sneakily bring me into United Arsenal one, so I can just put you beat down on Tony Claude. That was all I can do. Just kick you when he down. He down and kick you even further down the hill.
Nah, you know why? It's not even that. And I wouldn't even, like, if it happens, kicking them down. Because Pops made a fantastic point when he's mentioned Arteta in the press conference and what you say. I want to know what they got to say. I ain't even gonna say nothing. I want to hear from Arsenal fans. What do you say if you mess it up? What do you say? That's where I'm at with it in the conversation. Like, what do you want to say? Like, even I'm back again with troops, I will even be trolling. I'm like, this is your segment. I want to hear from you. What is your thoughts on this? Because the unthinkable happened. Because I genuinely don't think it's going to happen. I think Real Madrid will win the game, but I think Arsenal, it'll be like a 2-1. That's where I'm at with it. It'll be a 2-1. I don't see it happening. I think they're too good defensively. This ain't Barca PSG. This is not like the City sides they faced, and even that was late. But
or Barca Liverpool.
Yeah, Barca Liverpool, like it's not that. But if there is two teams, it can happen. It would be right that it is them and Real Madrid. As much as everything being in their favor and them being strong defensively. And then they go and do that. But yeah, I'd want to hear from the Arsenal lot. That's where I'm at. Like, what's your fault? Like, forget what I'm saying. Like, I'm finding this hilarious. This brings me great joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've already said, I'd trade United winning the Europa League for them to go out on Wednesday. Someone said, all right, you have to give up the Europa League, but Arsenal go out. I go, all right, bet. 100%. I give up a trophy for it. Fuck it. Why not? Just to see, like Pop said, the meltdown. Because we've not had one in a minute, to be honest. I can't think of one, whether it's Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, where there's been meltdowns before, but not of like this magnitude of something happening like this. Like, because no one's really lost when they should have. So with that, it's like, yeah. Well, if Madrid are 2-0 up at halftime, it's game on.
As Pop said, right, men gonna be coming back out of that locker room wearing Pampers rather than boxers underneath them kits.
Yeah, like that's what it is. And let me say, hey, big up Saeed for the raid. Make sure you run up the likes, everyone. I know you lot have come over from Saeed's stream. He was doing his 150k subscriber stream.
Congrats.
I want to congratulate him in the chat. Everybody in the chat, I know whether you lot have just come over from there or not, congratulate him again. Because that is no easy 150k subscribers, people.
Congrats,
that is no easy feat. Hey, Saeed, congratulations, brother. Nothing but love for you. Appreciate you having me on your channel. One of the best content creators, period. Kicked down so many doors for Manchester United content creators, including myself. In particular, Manchester United content creators from Manchester as well. So, yo, Saeed, man, you already know, man. Nothing but love. Like I say, one of the best, one of the most entertaining, has myself, many others over on his channel on a weekly basis as well.
We've never worked with him before, but looking forward to at some point in time in the future.
Definitely.
I watch a lot of his stuff. Yeah, he's a real one. I love his content. Funny stuff. Love it.
Honest from the heart, and that's what he's like in person, people.
Curtains on the wall, man. Curtains on the wall, man. That's the man.
That's the man.
I like when he says, "Meet in the parking lot." No, I was like, "Yes."
Meet me in the car park. There's so many callables from Saeed. So yeah, man, you lot. Again, congratulate him in the chat, man, because 150k, we ain't just going to skip over that. Like, that's normal. Guess what? That's not the norm. We ain't just going to treat it, we ain't just going to treat it like hitting 150k subscribers is normal, people. It's not the norm. It's like when Messi and Ronaldo were scoring on 90 goals in a calendar year. Guess what? That shit ain't normal. That's 150k and it's fully deserved. And you're going to be at 200k in no time because you hit that 150k rapid. Feel like it was only a couple months ago you was doing 100k subscribers.
Yeah.
And you're already at. So you're going to be at 200k in no time, man. Shout out to Saeed, man. And big up to everyone who's joined over from the raid. And that being said, make sure you lot subscribe to Beijing Reds TV as well. Link is in the title, people. Link is in the title. If you're a Liverpool fan, get over there. If you're a Premier League fan, get over there. If you support me and Sarcasm City TV, make sure you get over there because it's a weekly show. It's normally on Sundays, people. We did it today because I did the NBA prediction show yesterday. But yeah, run up the lights. You lot get any final few questions in? Who joined over from the raid? Just please keep it Manchester United or Liverpool related as well. But yeah, unfortunately, I see Arsenal going through. I actually think Arsenal make the final, you know. I think they get.
I don't see them beating PSG. I honestly don't see them beating PSG.
Go on. Why is that? Go on.
Since they have gotten Crava, they have been a problem, bro. They have been more dangerous with Crava Love, Pioneer. Appreciate
Go
that.
subscribe.
Love.
Whether you're Liverpool or you're a Premier, I'm subscribed, people. And guess what? You know I'm Manchester United through and through, people. Go subscribe, man. If you're a Bayesian or Asian descent, make sure you go subscribe as well.
Bunch of Beijing guys doing football content. We all welcome all you support any team in the Prem. Come on in, man. We just talk football. We talk football. Their offense will be Dembele. I think Dembele and Crava will be the keys for that matchup. In my opinion, they can cause them a whole bunch of problems. Crava can call Timber a whole bunch of problems. And then Dembele could call, I don't know who they would play. Skelly. I think he could have Skelly on skates. Skelly could probably try to be overly aggressive and end up getting himself in card trouble, maybe get a red card. Their midfield is very, very good. Their defense is not shaky. I think it's a good matchup in offense against a defensive team, but they have the speed and the quality, I think, to beat Arsenal. They're a better defensive team than Madrid is, PSG is. So yes. I think it would be a good matchup, but I don't think Arsenal will beat them. Regardless of whoever, I think Barcelona wins Champions League this year.
That's true. I think it's a repeat final personally, but I hope I'm wrong and it's on Doué. And if Doué and Kvaratskhelia are the two of the front three, they got a chance because them other two wingers I don't rate. I've been saying this for the longest.
Yeah, I know. You don't rate them.
Dembele and Barcola, I think, I watch these two and I'm like, I don't get it. There's certain players I watch and I'm like, are them two? João Felix, Depay was like that. Griezmann. It's like if you technical and can control a football, people just allow you just to be out there. It's like, yo, you gotta produce something. You gotta do something. Like you just out there, just comps players, and I look at them. I'm just like, even against you lot, even though he scored the goal, like reason that went to penalties is because of him. I do bad decision, man, running the ball into the goalkeeper and all types of foolishness. Control the ball and shoot and And Barcola, Lord of mercy, but yeah, we move. Okay. Pops, what you
it's
saying?
Gonna be interesting, though. It's gonna be interesting. Looking forward to it from tomorrow. Champions League. See what
Arsenal
happens.
PSG, if that is indeed the final, who'd you favor?
PSG.
Nah.
I know you got PSG bands.
I think it'd be a good match. Again, I think Arsenal's stronger defensively in that matchup. If they get Gabriel back for sure, and he finished the season, right?
He's done for year.
Yeah. That's a big problem for them. If he was in it, I would probably make them favorites to win it. Without him, I think it's more of a 50-50. If they allow Vitinha and them boys to dominate that ball in the middle part, you can get issues. But I think it'll be an interesting matchup because Tet is very defensive. Arteta he's moved, and I don't know why he made that pendulum swing, because the best version of Arsenal for me was the version that was playing good football and running.
That was 2 seasons ago.
Basically ran out of steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they ran out of steam, which is I think what we were saying. As much as we were trolling and saying, they're doing well, but we know they're going to drop off. It was one of them, you ran your legs off, and we've seen it because we basically did the same thing. You run and run till you can't run anymore. City said, I got and run past you. He swung too far the other way. He got to find, in order for them to be really successful to me, he got to find the middle ground. And this matchup would require them to do that, to find our middle ground where they attack as much as they can defend. Because I agree with you, Flawless. Dembele and Barcola, to me, don't move me. Dembele, some nice fancy stuff and all that, but in product, I still looking at it and saying, well, these men beat us on a mistake. If Ibu don't collide with Ali, they ain't scored nothing else. So 0-0, we win 1-0, and everybody say, well, you play shit, but you're in the next round. Yeah, well, it's knockout football. All you want to do is be in the next round.
Yeah.
To beat Villa 3-1, I didn't actually watch that one. But to beat Villa 3-1 says you got to play some football, because I rate Villa, and I think Villa got a good.
Yeah, they were the best side.
Arsenal's better than Villa. that means they got repeat. That's a repeat performance required then to deal with Arsenal, because Arsenal is going to be more defensively sound than Villa. The question is if you got Saka back at close to 100%, because then you got the genuine threat as well. So as much as you say, what's the guy's name? Doué? Is it? I got it right.
Doué. Yeah, Doué. Yeah, Desiree Doué. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So as much as Desiree Doué is going to be the threat on the other side, I think Saka's the guy going the other way. And to me, if I'm looking at levels, I give Saka the edge over the youngster, to be honest. As good as he is, I think Saka got a little bit more quality. So if Saka is in, because to me, that's what they gambled on as well. Can I get him back to the point where by the time the final is ready, he can give me 100 minutes, not 90. You want to play every minute of the final and let him be the reason that you win in the Champions League. So can you navigate through this leg? And then how much will he play against? Because he needs to be the man, I believe, against PSG. As much as Rice had the free kicks, and as much as the Beast has done his thing up front, we all know we're looking at for the winner. We're looking in that direction. That's the guy here that can do it.
Mikel the Beast
Moreno, man. Shout out to Tony for that one, because that is one that is gonna live on.
Yeah, man.
That is one that is gonna live on.
That's much like the snow bunny has a sticker. That one.
Yes, that's much like the snow bunny hunter and all that. That's why I just let into the gimmick, man. So I was like, yeah, man. If it ain't snowing, I ain't going and all that. If it's
there's a few that stick. 16 out of 10 is another one too.
60 to 60 out of 10 is brilliant, actually. Yeah.
That's a classic.
That is. You know what? That is vintage, yo. Yeah, it's like, why, yo? If you know about the 16 out of 10, even created some merch, made some money. That was great, for real. True. Warrior Jay says it.
Before we get there, we going to you, man. We talking Europe. We talking big games. We talking season definers. One at a time, Flawless. One at a time.
Yes,
you're one for this show.
Yes,
is the Lions, Lyon.
Yeah. Lyon.
Oh, nah, remix. He's to blame.
He's the fucking blame, and he's gonna play again as well. He's gonna play. Yeah.
So tell me, what we gonna do?
Yo, Warrior J, you see, you hear every week. You see it, man. Every week we do this thing. Every week,
There's a couple of remixes, boy. We could do it out with Onana. You've got the Rihanna or you got the Beanie Man remix. Either or.
He's just dreadful. But yes, to answer the question, I think we do get past Lyon. Okay. I do. I'm not. People are like, oh, how you think you gonna get past Lyon? Look what happened against Newcastle. Are better than us, number one, and Newcastle are arguably the third best side in the country, and they're also a Champions League level side. If they finish inside the top 5, I don't think too many people are going to be surprised if they're in the Champions League next season. So they're levels above Manchester United, they're levels above Lyon. So I don't look at that and go, well, we got packed in by them, so it affects it for the Lyon confidence. Our team's been like this the entire season, and we picked up results. So I think it being at Old Trafford is in our favor. Xerxes is a miss, yes, but his manager is going to play that stupid lineup that I mentioned earlier also, in particular with that front three of Bruno, Garnacho, Højlund. He's probably going to play Casemiro and Agati as well, which is just not a good fit. Dalot at wing-back. Dogu will go back into side, and the back three will probably be, like I said, Maguire or Lindelof. One of those two, Yoro, Maz, will be either side, and Onana back in goal. So it's not a great lineup, but I can hope if he throws the spanner in the works and changes it up, we win the game much more comfortable because Lyon are there for the taking. And on the flip side, Lyon will be saying the same about us. They're not great. They'll be lucky that they're not great. They're there for the taking. And guess what? Both fans are right, because people will hear me say that about Lyon and think, well, you lot are not good. We're not good. We are also here for the taking. Because any team of any form of quality mollywops us, as we've seen all season long, which is why we're the only unbeaten team left in Europe, because no one's done that to us. And there's a reason for that, because this competition, as I keep stating, is not so good. And Jez said this months ago, I thought he was wilding a bit when he said this competition is wide open. Them results from the first legs of these ties that I'll keep going back to open my eyes. I was like, damn, this competition, because I thought Lazio, Bilbao, Roma, clear. I thought they're the three teams I looked at and went, no one's really going to get around. But when I seen the early kick, I'll go back to it. Lazio lost 2-0 to Bodo Glimt. Imagine that was us. Because we played Bodo Glimt in the group stages. Imagine we would have lost to them 2-0 then. Never mind in a quarterfinal of a first leg in the competition. Spurs, Frank, Spurs have lost 17 matches. We all know how bad Spurs are.
Yeah.
Frankfurt couldn't get past them. Bilbao couldn't break down Rangers with 10 men. Why? So go through, man. You get the dub. That's what I'd say. You know what, Mum Spaghetti? I was thinking about, because Lyon are actually surprisingly long odds. I was thinking about putting some money on Lyon just in case we do indeed go up. So that might actually happen. Because their odds are really, really, I thought it would be evens for both, but the odds are long. Very, very long. See, Spurs same losses as Ipswich, and Frankfurt couldn't beat them. And I think actually, I say all this, I think Frankfurt will go through. I think Spurs will fumble that in Germany, but wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way at all. Wouldn't be surprised. Flawless, quick question. If you get through to the semi-finals, I know you don't care, but would you rotate in the remaining games to the Premier League due to Europa? No, because this manager wouldn't rotate the right players. So because when people say, oh, would you rest for you play your stronger? We don't have a strong 11. What is our strong 11? We don't have one. So like it makes no difference. Now, if the manager was actually playing the better team in the Europa League, I'd be happy for it in the Premier League. What's our strongest team? That's why Pops is creasing up over there. What's our strong team and what's our weak team? Or is it all just bad? Someone tell me. What's our strong 11? We don't have one. So in regards to rotation, as just players I don't want to see again, period. Despite competition, I want to see Højlund and Garnacho and Delo playing Onana play in any competition. I'd play youngsters throughout. Both. Youngsters can play 2 games a week for the next 5-6 weeks. Play them. Play the likes of if Amas out there. I'd play Amas over Delo. Heaven, I'd play ahead of a Maguire or Lindelof. Collier in there with Casemiro. Cheeto in the Premier League because we didn't register him in the Europa League for whatever reason. Whatever youngsters we have attacking, play them. Play Ericsson, Maino, and Ahmad will be back at wing back, but put Ericsson, Maino, and anyone else as a striker, as a 9. Fuck it, put Bruno false 9. Fuck it. Why not if there's no youngster to play in Europa? Play him high up the pitch. Put Bruno there. Play him there, let him go run around up in the final third. And then play Ericsson and Maino. I'd put Ericsson and Maino there.
Ericsson?
Yeah. But Ericsson. Well, if you really want, you want to play Bruno deeper, put Mount up there and let him run around. At least he can control the football. Anything's better than Højlund and Garnacho at this point. Let Mount go out there, run around, press, do the running. Everyone's, Ericsson's got no legs, Mount, do his running for him. There you go. Problem solved. Because Mount's the epitome of see ball, kick ball, chase ball. And he's fresh because he's just come back. And he actually did all right in the first game when he came back, when he got on the pitch against Lyon. You know why? Because that's what he did. And he's technically good enough just to control the football. So, yeah, in regards to it, I would not play these players. Back to your question, Warrior J, play these players at all. Because the semi-finals is probably going to be Bilbao. That's going to be extremely tough. But then again, I say it's probably going to be Bilbao. This competition wouldn't be surprised me if Rangers go there and get a dub. And if Rangers go there and win, we better beat Rangers. They hear about Ibrox. I know Troops talks about Ibrox and all this with that not a good outfit. When we played them last time, it was only 2-1. We battered them. We just missed a whole heap of chances. So let them fall to them attackers. And Ahmad should be back by that time. Maino will be back fully up to speed. And with those two, we got some form of X factors going forward. I didn't dog you over the other side as well. All right, cool. There's something. Casemiro's comfortable in this competition. He'd be strolling around in the midfield doing the business. Easy. So, yeah, we'll see. And big up TJ as well for the raid, man. Shout out to TJ every single time.
Big up TJ.
Make sure you lot subscribe to TJ Warren. TJ won't be on the show on Wednesday, though, people. He's just handling some business, so TJ won't be there. But make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV. I did ask Flawless what 11 he wanted to see, and he said, what's our 11? Exactly. You know my thoughts on this. What 11? If it was me picking, I could give you an 11. But this manager's idea of our strongest 11 is terrible. So I don't want to see his version of it. I want to see his version of what our week 11 is. Run me that, because Ericsson, play Ericsson in the 10. Put Maino in the 10. Play Mount. Bruno's somewhere in there. Play Collier. Heaven, I've said this, but he ain't gonna do that. Delo's still gonna play, and we gonna play this terrible football. And you see Amorim walking away from the club? No. Managers don't do. When I don't. Who's the last Big Six manager to walk away from the club?
Wow.
Has it ever happened?
You walk away from money, man. If you walk for money. You don't walk away.
Yeah, I never remember a Big Six manager walk in my lifetime in the Premier League walking away, just saying, you know what, this is not me. Not a mutual agreement or sat saying, hey, I am walking away. I resign. Not to my knowledge. So no. Because he still thinks he can turn it around.
Money.
Did Conte and Chelsea, did he get sacked? After he won, he got sacked, right?
Yeah. He's sacked. And like two things. Pops makes a great point. One is money, and two, the confidence and the ego these managers have. If you're succeeding at this, you have to have a level of ego and a level of confidence in being that self-assured that is borderline delusional.
Yeah.
To succeed. So you're never gonna walk away.
Yes.
That's why managers if they ask Ten Hag, were you sacked too early at Manchester United, they'll tell you managers are a different breed, is what I'm saying, people. They're like, it's never my fault. Especially at top clubs. How often has a manager come out after a job and said, it was on me, I wasn't good enough? No, it was the board.
Klopp used to do that. Klopp actually did that.
Well,
that was on me. Yeah, he took responsibility. It was never on the players.
I'm not talking about him though after a game. I'm talking about after a manager's failed at a job.
Oh, okay.
Once a manager's been sacked or whatever, how often you see a manager come out and say, yeah, I deserve to be sacked?
Yeah, they won't. They won't do it.
Manager could lose 10 games in a row and they ask him, you deserve to be sacked, he'll say no. It was the board, it was the players, it was the fans, it was the stadium, it was the grass, it was the groundsman, it was the kitman, it was the weather. It's the league. The referees were against us. It was the association against us. Ask Ten Hag right now if he thinks he would have been successful at Manchester United. They'll look you straight in the face and tell you yes. Tell you yes. They would have given me more time and more money. I would have been successful. Same way Ollie would have told you the same thing. He'll tell you the same thing now, years later, even though all the evidence suggests. So do I see him walking away from the club? No, I don't. Do you trust Amorim flawless, or is the problem way bigger than we see? I trust him, yes, but trust is dwindling rapidly. It's fastly declining. It's very, very quickly declining because you're doing things that once it comes to a point where you're doing things and even if I disagree with it, I understand it. You're doing things not only do I disagree with, I don't understand. So if you play a lineup that I don't like, but I'm like, I get why you did that. So if he played a lineup and it was defensive and we went defensive because the team was better, even though I wouldn't have went about it that way, I can understand it to an extent. But you're doing things and tactics and playing players that I have no idea as to why. Pops mentioned this earlier about teams pressing, and we know how they are in the league. We know what Newcastle were going to do. Why are we trying to play out from the back? If we had the players to do it, I'd understand. We don't have the players to do it. That's their MO. Just go long.
Yeah.
And it took us 17 minutes for Bayern there to kick his first goal kick long. It's like, kick the ball long. Even if you lose the first ball, you win seconds and thirds. Or you win a throw-in. Or worst case scenario, Newcastle get it back and it's in their half. Near their goalkeeper in and around. So they got to go the whole pit. Play the percentages. Basics.
Yeah.
Absolute sheer basics. Kick it long. And then you know what they'll do? They'll start dropping. And then when they drop because they expect Bayern there to kick it long, that's when you then play out from the back and catch him off guard.
Then you
drop in quick. Because they expecting you to kick it. You kicked it long. 6-7 goal kicks in a row, Bayern there. All right, let's drop back. We know where this is going. Kick it to Amas or Dalot or Casemiro. No, Casemiro didn't play. Well, Agate or whoever. And you catch them out.
Yeah.
And I can do this, and I can see this as watching why we're going to do this and playing players. So, like, that's where it is. Yeah, Pioneer, like, you have to, when you are where we are, you play the percent. We're not Liverpool. We're not looking to win a league title where you're looking for more. You have to be more detailed. We're just looking to get the basics right. That's all I'm asking these managers to do. Hey, win 2 games in a row. That's it. I ain't asking for great football. I'm asking, A, do the basics and be a competent unit and just set up the players to do their very best. Drop players who are not performing well. These are things that I don't think are two games in a row, drop players who are not playing well. Are two things I ask for hold people accountable. Why is my pro clubs team managed and perform better than Manchester United Football Club? My nephew's in the chat, he'll tell you. Why is that? Like, when I say that, I'm genuinely not joking. We are managed better, coach better, and perform better. What is going on? We're top 130 in the world for those that don't know on pro clubs. That's how good of a pro clubs team we are. That we're top 130 in the world. Bear in mind, there's 200,000 teams out there. And this is with players missing. And, not everybody there. So how come I can manage to do that with all these delinquents? You lot see who's in the chat. I mean, who's in the team? The likes of Sheik. You don't know what Sheik's like. You know what I'm saying? Come on, and Will and H who's in the chat. All these crooks and trolls. But yet somehow we can put together a team that works well. But you can't do this with professionals paid at the highest level, as bad as some of these players are. I got Casemiro and Delit and Yoro and Agate and Ahmad and Maino and Xerxes and Ericsson. Yeah, not all fit and available. And youngsters who are capable like Heaven and Amas. But Wolves can do it. Everton can do it. All right, come on, man. Yeah, like that's what it is. You don't have glazes in any of your like, and that's it, by in there. And I'm just like, I feel like there's no adult in the room. That's what it's like at Manchester United, not just the team, the club. I feel like there's no one in the room who's saying, "Hey, yo, whoa. What are we doing here?"
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
like what's going on? Someone just saying, hey, can we just, let's just do the basics. Nobody. Again, Pops mentioned it about set piece coach. None of the coaches are saying this. The manager's not saying. Like, us struggling from set pieces. Hey, just put 3 men on the halfway line, which then will cause the opposition to put 4 players on the halfway line. So then you've taken 4 players away from your box, adding the goalkeeper 5, the set piece taker 6. They'll probably have someone on the edge of the box that's 7. So that means you're only marking 4 players. I do this on Football Manager. Stops you from crimson. I figured this out. In my teenage years, figured this shit out. 13, 14. I'm conceding from corners. Hey, let me put my 3 quickest players on the halfway line. But yeah, professional people can't. Man, I go, what's going on? We have players you can just put players on that. But hey, we move. Yeah, and it is Vega. It is our time at Vega. It is, you're right. It is just that. Big up to Vega. Make sure you subscribe. Says it's just Manchester time to be trash. Football moves and cycles, tell them bounds and pops. Absolutely. But there's a way of being trash. It's trash and do the basics. You know what I'm saying.
And also not continuously do the same thing over and over again. The same players over and over again.
Don't be City trash. Don't be in Division 2 and that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I have no problem falling short if we do everything in our power to prepare. That's where my issue lies. Agreed. If we do everything in our power to prepare and do our very best, and the team is just better than us, I go, they're just better than us. We need to bring in better players, better manager, better coaches. But we don't get the most because no one had us here. That's why I don't hear when people talk about, oh, your 14th is where. No one had us 14th at the start of the season. Show me a stream, show me a WhatsApp, show me a message, show me a tweet, Instagram post, show me something in August of 2025 where you had Manchester United 14th. None of us have that. So why are we accepting it then?
I had
none of us had that. So you had us 10th. Cool. And guess what, Barnes? If we were 10th, I'd shut up.
I didn't expect it this bad. I said 10th, but I didn't expect it this bad.
I expected us to be bad. I wasn't expecting the world. You know what I'm saying? And if we was 10th and just performing better, I go, hey, you know what? The players are not at it. Cool. What are we doing?
And I said 10th just because I had no confidence in Ten Hag. That's the truth. Yeah. And I said, you know what? He eat 10th.
Because I had us 7th. I said closer to 8th than 6th. This is again at the start of the season and the attack being bad. Did I expect it to get better with Amorim? Yes. And that's what makes it worse is that it's someone who's been successful and of talent because he's not an idiot.
Yeah.
That's what makes it worse. Like I say, this is like when Veta says some foolishness. I'm like, Veta, but Ryan says the same thing. I'm gonna be more critical of Veta because I know you got more sense. When Ryan says something stupid, we just are like, yeah, that's Ryan being Ryan.
Veta in sense though is questionable.
It's not. Veta knows what he's doing. He's just a grade A troll. He knows what he's doing. So it's like if Ryan said, "Oh, Arteta's," I'm trying to think. Yo, Arteta's clear of Pep. Ryan said that, we ignored it. If Veta said it, we'd be like, Veta, we know what you're doing, man. We know you don't believe that shit. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Would you take shitty trash to win your next treble and a 40p? How long am I out? I'm out your length for a period of time, no. How long am I in Championship? You lot were in like League One version. So how long am I in League One? Is it a couple of years? Is it 20 years? How long, Vale? How long is the time period? Yeah, see? He said this and we just ignored him. You know what I'm saying? Man said Moreno over Gravenberch and we just kept it stepping. Now, if Vea said that, we'd be like, all right, Vea, what are you doing? This is the same principles. Yeah, see? Yeah. This shit. We just ignore it. Generational manager, special manager. But if Vea said that, I'm crashing on him. We're having a debate about it for 40 minutes. Because I know he understands football and he's a very intelligent person when it comes to this shit. Whereas Ryan is the complete opposite.
Veda's a wind-up. That's what it is.
See? 8 years. What, 8 years of being in League One? Nah, fuck that. 8 years? Nah. 8? Nah. Scratch that. I said 8 years, you know. I said 8 years. Make sure you lot subscribe to Veta Games TV, though. Make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV as well. How many games is how many games is Scammerim got next season? He called him Scammerim, by the way, people. Game by game. To me, it's not 10, 15, 20. It's game by game that I'm looking at. I'm judging you from.
I said 10.
Also, this varies on the window because the window will let me know.
That's the key, though. Summer.
Yes, like the window. Because if we bring in 2 players, it's going to be this. If we bring in just 2 players, now if we bring in 6, 7 players of players who I'm like, all right, they're of certain quality, you better improve across the board. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. If Arteta wins the Champions League, what you meant say? See, and this is a question that Ryan would ask, but because it's you, Veta, I'll answer this. Veta, do you have Arteta winning the Champions League? That's what I want to know.
No, he's not winning it.
Huh?
No discussion.
No, Veta doesn't have him winning it. Not that he's going to win it. Veta doesn't have him winning it.
I want to know. I want to know how far
Veta's
going to go with it. I genuinely want to know.
Listen, you guys know Veta can come back and says yes. He does win the Champions League.
You know, yes.
He doesn't believe it, Barnes. He doesn't believe it.
I know he doesn't, but you know he's gonna come with that foolishness. Oh,
all right, there we go. But to answer your question, Veta, if he does win the Champions League, I apologize to him. No, apologize to him. I say I was wrong. Okay, hey, props to Arsenal, props to Arteta. Never seen it coming. Salute to them. Correct. Same way I didn't expect Liverpool to win the league. They're gonna win the league. It's the same thing. I'm a man of honor. Like I like of my word like that. If I call something wrong, I'll say it. Hey, I called that wrong. Despite I can push my rivalry to the side. Winning a Premier League or Champions League is tough. Salute that team and that manager for doing so. If Arteta does it, give him his props. Give him his plaudits. And everyone who backed him was right. And everyone who thought he couldn't do it was wrong. And we move. Yeah. Simple as that. I'm not going to hate and say that he was lucky and did it there and all this stuff. No. But is that happening? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Then you do the same with Ten Hag, and that's what you did with Ten Hag, the 2 Palace games. Yeah, it was a game-by-game basis, and then it just got to a point where it's like, all right, I'm seeing no improvements after spending money and you bringing in. If I bring you in to do a job and then you're getting more tools to do said job and the job you're doing is worse, that's the problem with you. Does he need better tools? Absolutely, he needs better players. So the board, and if the board don't back him, then I'm looking at them. It's like, you just set man up to fail. We've seen this. So, Yeah, of course, Vale. Of course.
Yeah, Vale, you're right. Yeah. We can't be right all the time.
I say this all the time. I call things more wrong than right. But the channel called Sarcasm City TV. This is people ain't here for astute, factual analysis. There's other man. Like, yes, we'll give our opinions and stuff, and we'll break down games and talk serious. But yeah, it ain't that here. Like, I'm cool. Like, but with one thing I know I'm right about is Arsenal. they going out, whether it's to Madrid, whether it's PSG, or whether it's Barcelona. I actually think it's the latter. I think they make the final, unfortunately. I think they make the final, but then lose to Barcelona.
I think they go in the semis.
I hope you're right, man. Because I don't need them in the final.
Could you imagine
them losing the final?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, they're losing.
Notice the move again, right? Man. I can see the excitement level rising you when you say
the excitement level.
Finals. You know how these men can get excited about going to the final? To lose? Ooh-wee.
I think we would have to do a watch along on our channel for that final.
Right? Oh, it's only right. Yes. That's the only watch along if they was winning, I'd cut the stream. That's it.
You Warrior got it right.
If they went like 2-3-0 up, I'm cutting the stream. I'm not sitting there watching Arsenal win no fucking Champions League. I would cut the stream.
Yeah, I would.
2-3-0 up, I'm cutting. I'm letting you lot know now. Will I do a watch along for the final if Arsenal make it? Yes. And I think they will. But if they go 2-3-0 up, I'm cutting the stream. I'm letting you lot know now. Like, I am not sitting.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
On the shameless thing, if they start drawing, I'm gonna shoot the stream back up. You already know. That's it. Letting you lot know now, shameless. They 2-0 up, and then it goes 2-2 or 3-2 or something. Like, all right, we running it back. Yeah, we're running it back up on the playback. 100%. 100%. And today, since you guys are wicked to wish them make the final. I don't want to be right. That's something I genuinely want to be wrong. I think they get past PSG, and I think they beat Madrid, and I think they get past PSG. I hope I'm wrong on both. I hope Barnes is right. I really, really, really do. But I just see it and I go, I think they have enough to get past those two. But I do think they lose to Barca. All jokes aside, all me wanting them to lose the final, I think Barcelona mollywhopped. I think they got too much firepower.
Yeah.
With Lewandowski, Rafinha, Pedri,
Lamine Yamal. Yeah. I think I secretly hoping they capitulate against Madrid Wednesday, because I just want to see fan base crash out. I think that would be wicked TV, wicked content. But I see them going through against PSG, but I think they go out in two legs against PSG. I don't think they make the final.
Hey, them losing the semi-final would be great. Just like that one shot.
I want to see them lose to Madrid. I think they're even better flawless.
That would be the best. The Madrid one would be the best. Because you can losing a final is one thing, but you can fathom words. I want them question not only did we lose, how did it go so badly wrong? And they would that's where it is. I genuinely want to hear the explanation. That's where I'm at.
You know what that would be? That would be like the modern day version of for Mortal Kombat. You know, they had that guy in Mortal Kombat that would literally, when you say finish him, he would do something. The person's soul leave the body. Yeah, that would be them. Then all the drivers see Madrid's win. See the man's soul left the body. They're done. Finished him. Oh yeah. Yeah, it would be a meltdown on EFTV.
TJ's confident because he says we get past PSG, we're winning the whole thing. But I don't think, TJ, if I'm correct, do you have you lot getting past PSG? I can't remember. I think we did speak about it. I think you said no. I can't remember. But yeah. Hey man, it's gonna be interesting, people, man. It'll be very, very, very interesting. Pops, anything you want to add before we close out?
We beat the Foxes on the weekend. One more win after.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I hear that.
Yeah, we beat the Foxes.
Shit, is it Wolves? That's how much I just don't care about the Premier League.
You?
Yeah, we got Wolves at home on Sunday. Early
Wolves out. Yeah.
It's gonna be a shit game. 1-1, man. There's my prediction for that. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be fucking terrible. 1-1.
4-0. Liverpool beating the Foxes.
Oh yeah, you lot gonna pack up Leicester. Yeah, you're gonna pack up Leicester. And then it's one, and then it's the game after that.
Then it's one more win, which will be Spurs.
Yeah, you lot win at home to Spurs. Yeah.
Handfield, according to the expressions. Handfield,
yeah.
Yeah. And UK Julie says, can't believe thinking get past Real Madrid. What, you don't think they get past Real Madrid? Or are you saying you shocked by it? You shocked by it? But yeah.
Right now, secretly, I wish that it was Atletico Madrid that had gone through instead of Real Madrid. Because I think Atletico Madrid had Arsenal a whole bunch of problems.
Yeah, because defensively, they're very, 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 they are exceptional. That Madrid game, was it the first one? Yeah, the first leg at the Bernabeu, even though they lost 2-1, defensively, I've not seen a performance like that.
Yes.
The way they just shut down everything. And it took Madrid to score 2 goals of like world-class quality to break them down. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Barnes, let them know what you got coming up on Beijing Reds TV the rest of the week, weekend, etc., all that good stuff. Again, subscribe. Links in the title, people. Beijing Reds TV.
Yeah, preview show coming up Thursday. Might be a secret show Wednesday night to see if Arsenal gets knocked out of the Champions League. We would definitely run something Wednesday night just for some banter, some fun, to ruffle some feathers. You know what I mean? Because that's what the Belgian lads do. We like to ruffle some feathers, rattle some cages. You know, Vader knows all too well about that. We got preview show Thursday. They got the game on the weekend against the Foxes. That is on Easter Sunday. We will see if we're going to run a show. I am not sure. I know for me for sure, I'm not going to be able to do that. And then we back here again on Sunday night. And then we got our regular Monday show after next week. So, yeah, that's it for us for the week.
Hey, chat, let me know who's what's it called? Who's live as well? Who's live? Yo, you might hold it down. 1 second, yeah? 1 second back in 1 second.
Yeah. We see who's Dale, I know you confidence with Arsenal will win big years, but I am not convinced, Dale. Sorry, I'm not. I don't think you guys win it. I think Arteta is you guys' problem. That's the truth. That is the truth.
Can I go ahead, Dale? Arsenal will win big years. What do you want to ask?
Ask the question, Dale. You know us. When will Salah score again? Oh, jeez.
When will Salah score again?
This weekend.
This weekend, or Big up, Vader.
Big up, Vader. Vader hit me in DMs on
we can see you soon. We can see you soon. All right.
Make sure you guys hit the likes. So I think we got 60 some odd likes. Get us to 80 before we close out, please.
The other you should be more concerned with if you get an assist again, because you got 2 more assists for 20.
And 3 more to break. Because was the all-time in the Prem? Isn't it 21?
Has he not broke the record already?
20 is the number. 20 is the number.
20 is the first. Is the all-time in the Prem?
He's broken the GA number. So
yeah, he's broken the GA number.
He's known as the highest ever. But he on 18 assists, so he still wants 2 more to match 20.
And 3 to be sole on his
20
own.
And 20 and 3. 3 takes him into his own category, basically. Do your thing, man. Do your thing, Mo.
I predict Morgan finish 30 goals, 21 assists in Prem.
3 more.
How many goals
3
more
more.
now?
I think he got 27.
I think he's 27 and 18, I think it is.
Yeah, he's 27. Yeah.
In 6 games? That's probably too much.
Well, he could end up against the Foxes, my man. He could bang a hat trick against them. That's 3 knockout right there.
Well, let's see.
Exactly, Pioneer from the wing. The man putting up them numbers from the wing. And people don't give him my respect. I saw somebody send me some video that the man said that somebody picked Joe Cole better than Mohamed Salah.
What's wrong with that?
Play fairs.
Football, everybody got an opinion, Barnes?
Say fairs. The disrespect.
Yeah, people were in jokes all the time. You already know.
Everybody got opinion, man. Everybody got opinion, man.
Hey,
big up to the
Joe Cole, man.
Big up to the Scousers. Number 20 ain't coming. Hey,
Big
they got the party pimlet.
You got Flawless, man. Flawless, you got 14.7, man. We get that 15K gain on.
Yeah, big at the Flawless. 15K.
We gonna get there, man. So I can do the 15K party, man. We gonna get there.
We on the road to 10. We still got like 4K more to get to 10, but we get there.
Oh man, so what you lot are now? 6?
52 something.
Oh, seeing
52, 50.
Hey, you lot gonna get there. So subscribe to Beijing Reds TV so the man can reach their milestone. The OGs can same way here as well. We approaching 15K because I think we're like 200, is it like 250 shots, something like that. Anyway,
yeah,
because we're like approaching 14.8 G's, so we are closing on it. So 200 plus.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna get there soon.
When we started this show months ago, we were at 4,200 subs. So we growing nicely.
Yo, good.
We like it.
Yo, that's it, man. Growth. You can't cheat the system, man. That's what it is in this space. And you man are consistent, put out great content, so people gonna lock in. That's why I be locked in. I be in the chat. You man, when you do the player ratings, that cracks me up, yo. Player ratings, hot dog one, Duffy. I'm like, yo.
We gonna make a new one though for next year. We gotta have a tier no at the bottom.
Don't let out, Mars. Don't let out. Keep that lock.
Go to another one. People like to see crab melt, don't you? They love it. They love to see crab.
Crab hilarious, man. Yo, crab, because crab just not with the shits. That's why, man. His numbers come. Keep putting up good show. Big up again. No cutting corners, just good content and vibes. That's it. You know what I'm saying? There's no cutting corners in this space. That's why you see Saeed at 150K. No cut corners. He thoroughly deserves all of those subs and more. 100%. As does everyone else in this space. So yeah, Beijing Reds TV again. Links in the title, people. Click the link, open up a new tab, subscribe. There's no one live, you lot. If no one's live, I'm just gonna
see that way. I checked Flawless. I didn't see anybody live at all.
No one's live. I'm surprised. So what I will do is I'm just gonna send you lot to the Man United podcast for tomorrow. So that's the Manchester United show. So I've got that coming up. And then what else on the YouTube? Oh yeah, sports Q&A as well, people. That'll be 11 p.m. UK time. All of these things that I've mentioned are on the upcoming live stream schedule here on the YouTube anyway. So, all the shows coming up till Sunday. I'm going to move some stuff around with the NBA playoffs coming up as well. And in regards to NBA, get over to the playback because I'll be doing playing games. I'll be doing playoff games as well, people. So all the playing games I'll be doing tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday. Let me just double check that. I'm literally on a double. So, yeah, Magic Hawks, Warriors, Grizzlies, they'll both be tomorrow. 12:30 a.m. UK time, 3 a.m. UK time. Following that, Bulls Heat, Kings Mavericks, and then the final playing games as well. And then then Saturday is when it starts, the playoffs for real. So Nuggets, Clippers, I'll do Lakers, Timberwolves as well. But again, all of these are on the schedule. Get over to the playback too also. And just over on the playback, that's where the Champions League watch-alongs will be tomorrow because we got Villa PSG, the PSG 3-1 up. That's going to be good. Real Madrid, Arsenal, that'll be over there. Manchester United, Leon will be on here and over there as well. So go over to the playback, people. www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. That's playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. Or just download the playback app from your app store. The same way you watch and comment on YouTube, it's the exact same on the playback. Big up nephew in the chat because he's not having it because obviously Villa didn't do too well.
Yeah,
he's not having it. He is not having it. You see it right here, people. Playback. So NBA watch-alongs over there, Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, UFC, boxing will be over there, Formula One, the gaming content. Because speaking of playoffs, our Pro Clubs team is in the playoffs as well. So yeah, playoff series time on EAFC 25. And actually, if any of you lot are a centre back on EAFC 25, let me know, people. Does anyone PS4 version or Xbox One EAFC 25? We're looking for another centre back. So yeah,
PS4. What happened to PS5?
I got PS4.
Okay.
That's why I got a PS4 because it's like I ain't buying a PS5 to just run the same games. Now, whenever they decide to drop GTA, then I'll get a PS5. You like, why you got a PS4? Because I played the same game.
But you know what you got to do, though? When you get the PS5, you get the disc version, the one that carries the disc. Because if you get that version, it's backwards compatible. So PS4 games plays in the PS5.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yes. That's why when I bought my PS5, I got the one with the disc because I still have a ton of PS4 games, and I'm like, my PS4 went bum. I'm like, it's forced me to buy the 5, so I'm like, I need so you can actually play the 4 games in the 5.
Ah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so don't get the web version, get the disc version, so you can play your PS4 games.
Yeah, because the only thing, because even with the PS4, most of the games I bought on there are through, like online. I got a few of them that are on disc, but yeah, I only run it for content. Like I said, if I didn't make content with it, I probably wouldn't even run it. Probably even like use the console and stuff, more so just for like YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, people like, why? When they drop GTA, that's when I get a PS5. So I was gonna get it when they dropped the boxing game, but everyone said it was terrible. So I was like, all right, I'm waiting for EA to drop a new Fight Night. So we'll see what's what. But yeah, playback people, you see it right there as well. And big up to Dale, says I'm a gunner and I've subscribed to Beijing Reds TV. Appreciate you lot supporting, man. Big up, much appreciated. So yeah, Mandem United podcast, that's tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. UK time. So that's the Manchester United show. So I'll be back with the rest of the gang talking all things Manchester United. Then following that, 11 p.m. UK time, sports Q&A. So we'll be doing a recap of the Champions League games over on the playback. I mentioned it already. Aston Villa versus PSG, second leg quarterfinal. We'll be over there for that. And then the playing games tomorrow as well, people over there also. So big up, love to everyone that's locked in. You lot are absolute real ones as well. Let me just set up this redirect. All I need you lot to do is hit the like button on here and subscribe on your way out. And then as soon as you head over to that Mandem United pod, I just need you to run up the likes and then close it off, people. That's it, because no one else is live. But yes, this has been the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition with Beijing Reds TV, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.